Hey everybody, what's happening? It's Friday night, and it's your friends here at Slices and Dices with another episode of Ravenloft Domains of Dread. Spooky, not so much. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on your idea of spooky, but hey.
It depends on what happens.
It does, that's true. I think we do a pretty damn good job of of sort of keeping with the overall sort of genre or oeuvre. Is that a word? Oeuvre? Oeuvre,
I think it's
right?
French.
Yeah, it's on the French. Oh, here we go. Here we go again, Megan. Shit, I've set her off. All right.
Couldn't help it.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna look up oeuvre one of these days. Someone told me like that name, the name of this word oeuvre, and I was like, is that like you mean like a topic? Like, no, it's oeuvre. Like, what the fuck is oeuvre? And now it's stuck in my head, and I can't get rid of it.
I feel like oeuvre and milieu, like
there you go,
all
milieu,
kind of mean the same thing.
Yeah.
Accidentally spelled perv instead of oeuvre.
There you go.
I was trying to type it.
It's that kind of perv. You know, it's fine.
Maybe you have a perv oeuvre.
According to the New Oxford American Dictionary, it says the works of a painter, composer, or author regarded collectively.
Okay.
Your body of work is your oeuvre.
We are painting. We are painting the scene with our.
And in French, it means open.
With our oeuvre, with our open.
Yeah.
With our oeuvre open. Wait, what? Okay.
I love how nonchalantly Brutus just like walks across your desk like, bitch, I own this fucking desk.
Oh, what he was doing to me last night was my hand is on the mouse pad, and he just sits down on top of it, and I'm like, buddy, I need to move that. I can't.
You got to be a little bit more forceful with Brutus. You can't be babying that cat all the time.
You do realize that this is like 15 pounds of panther.
Oh, damn. Never mind. You could let that cat do whatever the fuck he wants, honestly.
And he has claws that he doesn't actually use. He's a very, very chill kitty most of the time.
He just wants his own stream. Like, we can make it happen, Brutus. Like, we can monetize this. That's cool.
Should we teach you how to play Ravenloft? Can kitties roll? I can get you like a little like dice roller where you just like paw the screen.
Yeah, you know what you do is you get like a little mouse, a little hanging like D20 mouse, and have Brutus just go and whatever it comes to, oh my god, Brutus rolled a natural 20 on the first.
Oh my god. Somebody watching this, invent that, mail it to me, and I will make a cats playing D&D video for you. I will do it.
There is a dogs playing poker, so cats playing D&D is not.
I mean, I feel like cats are way more D&D because cats playing poker would just devolve into bloodshed immediately.
I have a picture of Barley from when he was a very, very small kitten. He fell asleep in my dice tray once, and it was just the cutest thing.
All 3 cats have slept in my dice tray at one point or another. They really like it.
How about you guys, Amnestria?
So you think the cats are the murder hobos, or?
Depends on the cat. Brutus is definitely the rogue because he is the knight. This cat can disappear into the shadows. Like he'll just disappear in the apartment. The apartment's not that big, and he's a large cat. And it's like, where the fuck have you been? I haven't seen you in 2 days. And then Hero is probably either a monk or some kind of like swashbuckling fighter because she is feisty and will cut a bitch. She managed to be the barbarian, actually. And then Baby Cat is the bard.
Why a bard?
Because she's not super bright, but she loves everyone, and everyone loves her. Like, she can charm the pants off of any human inside of 30 seconds.
What type of class would an agoraphobic cat who was born in the pandemic and regularly runs into walls be?
Fighter. Sorry, did I say that too fast? I think I said that too fast. No, I think I made Maeve very unhappy. I'm sorry, Maeve. That was not. You're mostly blood hunter. You're totally fine.
I mean, yeah, for right now.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure what that would be.
As soon as when Amnestria starts running into walls, we'll get it. It's fine.
Definitely not a druid.
No.
Maybe like a Gloomstalker Ranger. Gloomstalker Ranger, because they're the Underdark, so they're not going outside.
Okay, I'll get you on that one.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say no to druids for sure. He's scared of birds. He won't
definitely not
anywhere near them.
All right, folks. I hope you guys
Hit us up in Discord and
Good
tell
one.
us what class D&D class your pet is.
That's a really
Yeah.
good idea. We do have a pet-specific Discord channel.
Yes,
Wonder
come to the
Pet
Wonder Pets
channel.
channel.
Wonder Pets. So post a picture of your pet and tell us the class that your pet would be and why. I think that,
Love this.
you know, I may
Love
do a competition.
Ooh.
I may do a competition for this because
I think
this
we
is
should take
intriguing.
the five best, and then we play a one shot where we're all playing based on these people's pets.
Oh damn!
Yes.
With their names.
There's actually a new one shot that just came out called like a very familiar problem or something like that,
Yeah,
where
familiar problem.
it has all of these like archetypes for all sorts of different familiars. It's meant to be run as a one shot.
Oh
It's super
yes! I have
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Or there's
super cute.
there's a fiasco scenario out there where you play as hyper intelligent rats and mice, a la Secret of Nim. Could
It's actually,
definitely come up with one where we play as cats.
So, have you guys ever heard of Dungeons and Doggies?
Dungeons. I painted a humongous amount of
There's
miniatures.
another game just like it. I think it's actually the same game.
It's all cats.
Oh, Cats and
It's Animal
Catacombs.
Adventures.
Cats and
Yeah.
catacombs.
Ah, nice.
I've been begging Chris Pesor to run a session of it. So
He's got the
well,
miniatures. So
This was back
Oh,
before
that's right, I
I had
remember we
played a
got those.
monk.
he's got the
because
miniatures, and I painted
was-
all of them.
Yes.
So for those of you who are watching this, Chris, also known as Endemion's Fury, who's been in our channel quite a lot, not recently because he's doing other things, but we'll bring him back soon. But he's a constant presence, especially within our Call of Cthulhu campaigns. He got this game a long time ago. He sent me the miniatures. I painted them up, and now he's got them in his house. And I challenge you, Chris. Let's do this. I want to. COVID is still there, but I think we can still do an in-person game. Let's do it. Cats and
Yes.
Catacombs. Let's
Play
make
a
it happen.
monk now, so I can totally be a good monkity. That's what I
Right.
kept calling it.
Monkitty.
Uh-huh.
Okay, folks, you all ready to start this?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do something awful.
Sarah, you were somewhat inebriated last time, so I'm going to
I
ask you
was.
to
That
really
was the day my
focus.
the day my car got booted and
Totally get it.
all that other shit happened. Yeah. it was
So
that
I'm
day.
going to give the recap, and you
Thank
may
you.
remember
I
some
won't.
of this, you may not.
I may remember more than I think. We'll find out.
I think you're right. All right, so previously on Ravenloft Domains of Dread. Now, the missing seer, Radaga, has been finally returned to Dementliu, to the detective Alanic Ray, who has performed a form of sort of psychic artifice on her in order to regain her lost memories. Now, in this condition, Radaga recalled that the Order of the Guardians investigators researching amber sarcophagi, which, of course, within were the vestiges of evil gods, had been dispersed to various lands, domains of dread, within Ravenloft to find potentially more of them and what purpose they truly served. Now, Radaga had also cast a version of the spell Mind Blank upon herself, which had the unfortunate result of erasing a portion of her memory. But it also had the effect of erasing the trail she had taken along with the locations of the other investigators. While hypnotized, Radaga revealed that the other investigators, some of which had died in a faraway land called Harakir, and others were actually in the land of Barovia, the land from which Claudiu hailed from. While recuperating, you received a package containing 4 charms shaped like ships, and a letter, presumably to Mikmick, from a man called Baron Rudolf von Auerbrecher, lord of a land called Lamordia, entreating him to return to Lamordia to help him find his lost relative's body in a recent shipwreck. While in the library researching the land from which Amnestria hails, the land of Mordant, you were interrupted by the presence of a hidden individual, or creature, perhaps, one which fled at its being revealed and disappeared somewhere into the environment. Nearby, Muadnhait shed her clothes and jumped into the bay, astounding many of the sailors, none more so than an overly superstitious one, who seemed to recognize her from a carved pendant around his neck. Emerging from the water with a pearl, rather sizable one, Muadnhait gave this gem to Mikmick in order for him to work his artificer magic for some reason. Muadnhait inquired with Radaga, once back at the chateau, as to how to become a Vistani for the purposes of leaving Ravenloft and going back to her home plane, but found that Vistani are unable to leave the lands of the mists forever. However, in return for the wonderful conversation that they had, Radaga gifted Muadnhait with a spear fashioned from a vampire's backbone, which she in turn gave to Amnestria, and Alanik gave a magical hat to Louisa. Now the final day approaches, and a decision is to be made. Follow the investigators to Barovia, or attend to the interests of Baron von Auerbrecher in Lamordia. So that's where we are.
And
was
we have
nicely
not
timed with the
taken.
music.
Yes, we have not taken our long rest yet. Correct.
Correct, you have not. The dinner has
'Cause
just ended.
Yes, because I have one thing I did write in my notes is that I gave Alanik one of my teeth.
That's correct, you did.
You
Yes.
can't for that.
But so that
Of
I
which
wanted to make sure
everybody
that
that hadn't already seen that was taken aback a bit, except for Alanik.
That's correct. Yep. It's fair.
Yes.
It is still raining a little bit outside as you guys finish your meal. But yeah.
I just had a flash to Magi Knights and was like, watch out for the puddles, y'all. And then I was like, wrong game. So
Water's bad. Water's bad.
Anyway.
All right. So yeah, Arthur clears the dishes. Handrick, of course, helps. And Alanik turns to the five of you, including Cabe, and says, "So I'm of the mind that you perhaps have a separate undertaking other than the one that is of the most import, at least at this point in time, to me and to Radaga. I understand that one of you has perhaps come in contact with Baron Rudolf von Auerbrecher of Lamordia, and perhaps wish to facilitate your exit to that land as well."
Yes, we have the necessary charms, as it were.
I see.
It does seem a matter of some import to the tiny one here.
Is that true, Mikmick?
Mikmick is just a little bit out of it, just off in his own mind, going over pretty much the pros and cons of either going to Lamordia to do what he needs to do, or continuing with the quest that Atlantic gave him, so he doesn't even realize he's being talked to.
Mikmick? Hello? Is he on? Could someone push? There's a button. I think there's a button. There's usually a button in the back.
Moynot will cast Mage Hand, and a little skeletal hand will float over to him and kind of boop him on the nose a few times. Hello? Mick.
Huh?
Tiny
What?
one.
Yeah?
Oh, he is alive. Well, so to
You
speak.
all right?
Yeah. I think so. Just deep in thought.
Care to share?
I feel like I need to go to Lamordia. It's not a want, but we also need to rescue the Order of the Guardian in Barovia. I'm just trying to figure out which one is of more importance to me specifically. I mean, I would like all of you to come with me, but I also don't want to. I also feel like I need to go on my own just to reconnect with people.
Going on your own to Lamordia.
All due respect, Tiny One, based on the contents of the letter, I do think you're going to want my assistance. I'm not unfamiliar with shipwrecks.
And that is what I've been going over in my mind. I mean, all of you would be useful in Lamordia to help me, but it seems that the rescuing the Order of the Guardian in Barovia seems to be more of an importance to Elanik, at least.
Unto me, says Radaga.
Sorry, and you too, Radaga. But I think I just need a bit of time alone just to get my thoughts in order. If you will excuse me, Elanik, I'll just be in the study.
Very well, says Radaga. Oh, yes, of course.
And Mikmick will walk out and go to the study.
Okay.
Tiny One
And
seems more
could
bewildered than
he
usual.
maybe make a sleight of hand to slip the letter into Louisa's hands as he passes?
Which letter? The letter that he received?
Yes, so Louisa can read it.
Sure.
Just a quick sleight of hand. Try and keep it under wraps so Elanik doesn't see it.
Okay.
See.
Passive perception, luckily, is less than that. So it doesn't
But
seem that
Louisa's passive perception is higher than that.
it's
So
correct. So she's like, what the? But yeah, Lanix is not.
Louisa takes the letter and slips it into her pocket and just kind of gives you a steady look, not giving away anything, but acknowledging, I got it. So
just a knowing nod, essentially.
exactly. Is
So
the
you three
letter
can
in
have
the handout at all?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I specifically
may-
did not pay too much
Yeah.
attention.
You may
Yeah,
have to
handout letter.
think it's a little difficult to read.
Let me make
Okay.
sure everybody
Yeah.
has that. I think everybody has that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Megan
Handout
doesn't.
letter.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Everybody has it now. Mm-hmm.
As Mikmick leaves, Moynot will sort of move over to one of the windows, saying to herself, the Tiny One seems somewhat more befuddled than usual. I hope he's all right. And then she's going to open the window and resume her perch in the windowsill. And sort of just looking out towards the ocean wistfully.
Arthur has completed clearing the plates. Handrick sort of begins to sort of polish the table. And Radaga sort of motions to Handrick with one of these things. And Handrick sort of goes and crawls up Radaga's arm onto her shoulder. And she says, well, I'm going to take my leave. I am quite sated. Thank you, Arthur. What a wonderful meal. I suppose on the morrow you will make your decision, yes?
I believe so.
Well, I wish you all a pleasant night then. And she leaves the table, steps outside the room, and goes upstairs. Alanik says, well, I suppose I owe you some privacy. I'm more than happy to grant you that. And I do hope that you will take all things into consideration before you make your decision. Have a
Do you have
pleasant
anything
night.
further you'd like to say to us about the, I don't know, importance of anything? Or do you feel as if you've conveyed that properly?
The importance of saving the world? I'm sorry, I don't mean that to be flippant. I just wish to know exactly what you mean.
I just meant to say if there's any other information that you think we need to know, ought to know, want to know, would help us in making this decision, because there is a possibility in a world in which we can do both before returning, I would think. But
I would say, based on the time that you would spend in Lamordia following up on this letter, it could very well be that things may change drastically with what is occurring in Barovia.
Would you have any way of knowing what is occurring in Barovia? You've only just now learned of it.
I would have to send others in your stead. He sort of looks quite uncomfortable saying this.
Who exactly are these others?
I'm unfortunately afraid I'm unable to disclose the identities of members of the Order of the Guardians, even to other members. It's for the best.
all right.
Cabe sees that there's a little bit of discomfort here and says, "Well, either way, I'm hoping I'm somehow involved, whether it be to Barovia or to Lamordia. I mean, you guys are great. I appreciate being part of everything. Alanic, you know me. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you." Alanic says, "Of course not, Cabe. I understand your eagerness to assist is noble, but it's up to them. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take my leave, have a nip of sherry, and then head off to bed. Arthur, will you be joining me?" Of course. Bring out the 1602 sherry? Of course, Arthur. My favorite. If you wouldn't mind. Arthur opens the door, and Alanic wheels himself out, Arthur following.
Louisa looks slightly crestfallen to not have been invited to join for Sherry. And then Cabe is still there, so she won't do anything yet. Okay.
Cabe looks at Amnestria, looks at Muadnhait, sort of wistfully staring out the window, and then looking finally at Louisa and saying, I'm of the mind that you guys need to do whatever is best for you. I mean, whatever Alanic says, he doesn't know everything, right?
You do seem quite devoted to him, small one.
He saved me a long time ago. I never really talk about it because it's not really important to who I am now. Well, I guess everything is important to who you are at any point in time, but I try to sort of think less about it than who I could be and what I can do. Port of Lucine's an awful place. And
Say that again.
certainly is for someone like me. I was.
What do you mean?
Well, I was taken advantage of when I was younger. It's not something I like to talk about. It's really kind of awful, but I don't. It's. There are some people here in the city who are just really awful people. Really, really awful. And I was too young to know any different. And suffice it to say, that even though I was born of Astani, I'm really just who I am. I have lineage of halflings and those folk. And so because of my size and because of how I feel about people, that sort of made me a little bit of a target here in the city for a lot of really, really awful people. But Atlantic stopped someone from doing some very awful things, and I was indebted to him and to Arthur. And he brought me to his chateau, and he fed me, and he took me under his wing, so to speak. And I owe him a debt, something I can try to repay back every day for people who are good and who are just in this world in which we live, in which there is just fear and terror and awfulness.
Since I grew up here, would I be able to piece together in between the lines what he's talking about? Like who might have targeted him?
Just a reminder, Cabe is a they, them.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Yes, they.
It's difficult because the token and also I look that I am not a they them, but I respect all they thems.
Yes.
The key thing I think perhaps is maybe the timing and or the vagueness of what Cabe is saying. But if you want, you can make an insight check. The DC is going to be relatively high, though.
Oh, I'm still at disadvantage.
You are.
I'm not there yet, but we will try.
Oh, poopy disadvantage.
That's a 13. Unfortunately. You're like the words are coming into your head, Louisa, and maybe if you were just a little bit less fuzzy, you'd sort of grasp them all at once, but it all seems to sort of flow through you. And at the end of the sentences, you're like, I feel like I know what they're saying, but maybe I just need a couple more clues.
Okay.
A couple more clues, a bit more coffee, or a bit more alcohol.
Or just a good night's
Sounds
sleep.
to me.
Yeah,
Good night sleep. Just one more night's sleep.
At the conclusion of Cabe's story, Moynot will look away from the window and sort of let her eyes fall on them and say, "It is noble of you to wish to repay your debt. But it is also your decision when your debt has been repaid. A single kindness does not indebt you forever."
I get it. I'm not really repaying a debt anymore. I'm just living my life the way I think it should be.
Then by all means, live on. Would that we could all be so lucky. And then she just goes back to looking out the window.
She's a bit of a downer. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I guess we'll find out what you guys all want to do tomorrow. So, Get some rest, especially you, Louisa. Oh man, you're getting better though. You're getting better.
Most there.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. And Cabe leaves the room and goes upstairs.
Louisa will say, the game's afoot.
The hat changes into a magnifying glass.
She just gives a casual perusing of the room, seeing if there's anything
Anything magical? Because now
magical in the room. Like,
let's see.
anybody's watching, like,
Yeah.
listening.
Well, it doesn't. Well, it always reminds me. Like, does detect magic see invisibility? And I don't believe it does. Let me see.
It would detect the magic that caused it, though, which is, I believe, abjuration.
If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
Okay.
That's specifically for the magnifying
so
glass.
Amnestria's crossbow is probably glowing.
Oh yeah, fucking for real. If it doesn't already glow, normally.
I'm
Glows more.
definitely glowing.
There's a couple of things on Louisa that are glowing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That spear is glowing like a mofo.
yeah.
Well, the spear's actually upstairs.
Oh, you left it upstairs. My fault.
Yeah, I didn't really want to bring it to dinner.
Yeah, no, fair, right? Use it to pick your teeth. Yeah. Anything else?
She'll pull out the letter. Is the letter glowing at
No.
all? Okay, great.
Mundane letter. The charms are glowing though.
The charms are in the letter?
The charms are in the box. I don't know who has the charms. I think Moynat might still, or Mikmick.
I may have given them to Mikmick because I had
Fair.
I had them with me in the library.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Moynat's kept the charms.
Did I keep the charms? Okay, I couldn't remember.
I
If
think
gave
you
them to or not.
showed him the charms, but you didn't give it them to him.
Okay, then I still have the charms. I'll put those in
Uh,
my inventory so I don't forget that I have them. Oh right, didn't Matt owe me some ship names? I only got 2 of them.
I gave you those ship names.
I have Dog Ear and Bad Joan.
Those were the ships at the dock in
Yeah.
this
the
place.
Oh, right.
Spear are the other ones from the dock.
And I'll let you know something, Sarah. I made those up on the fucking spot.
I
I
told
know.
you
Just remember that.
when we
I have
inevitably steal a
a-
boat. I'm stealing the Bad Joan.
I have a silly note here above that about you making them up. so
Okay, good.
yes.
Fantastic.
I knew that you had.
Good. Thank God.
Berdu.
François Berdu. Best name ever. All right.
All right. So if there's nothing out of the ordinary that she can spot,
Yep.
she will say, "What's my put away phrase? Elementary, my dear Arthur."
Whoop, back to a hat.
Back to a hat. This is going to come in handy, but that's neither here nor there. What do the two of you think before I go find Mikmick?
I mean, as far as going to where he believes he's from.
Be honest, can't help but feel that there are things Alanic is not telling us.
Of course.
I do miss the ocean. But give me a moment. I'd rather. And like she kind of gets like a little gleam in her eye, and she says, "I'm rather interested in what Alanic thinks." And she is going to glance out the window again, like turn her face out to the sea, and then she is going to go into a trance to listen through the tooth that she gave to Alanic.
Nice.
Nice.
Little spy action there.
Listen, potentially see, but I'm guessing it's in a pocket, so it's probably mostly listening.
Never said anything about pocket listening. Yeah, make a perception check.
Right here. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Poop. 10.
You catch maybe every third word. through your
Okay.
tooth. And I'll do the appropriate hand muffling, and then
Okay.
this will be fun. I love doing this. Is like Chevy Chase. It's like Doctor. No. He says that they would ever decide to. But don't you understand? I couldn't agree with you more. I think you probably also hear Arthur, too, who says, again, don't you realize what they're doing? In total danger. That bloody idiot would kill him.
She will come back from her trance and relay the snippets of conversation that she heard.
Okay.
They might be insinuating that the letter from the Baron is a trap, which, based on what little I've heard of him, doesn't sound out of the realm of possibility, but, well, I, for one, understand the tiny one's predicament, and I want to help him.
Of course. That's
And I think he stands a far greater chance of success with us. I don't believe we should let him go alone, and as such, I shall maintain possession of the charms for the time being.
Amnestria.
Well, he already asked me my opinion a little earlier, and I told him I was behind him as well. It is important to him, and I want to help.
Perhaps he'll be less distracted once he knows more about himself.
He's starting to remember flashes, is what he told me. And we saw him after the laboratory.
Yes.
I'm stuck wondering if this is a moment where we might need to protect him from himself. But I don't know, and who are we to make that decision?
Is not ours to make.
I know.
But no one should ever be kept from themselves.
Of course not. Of course not. Alright, I'm going to go see if you'd like to talk. Either of you are welcome if you'd like to come.
I shall join you.
All right. So, Amnestria, being left perhaps alone.
Well, hearing Louisa's words that one should not be kept from themselves is definitely making her lose focus on everything that's going around. So she's just sort of quietly standing there, just thinking about those words.
All right. Is there anything that you wish to do or say to any of the people in the house before bed?
Yes.
Go for it.
Nope.
Before Louisa leaves.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just trying to find out where Mikmick went. I was like, oh, nope. Stuck my head into the wrong study.
I think I'm going to step outside for a few minutes. before I do, I was wondering if you could help me with something. You did some rather fancy embroidery work for the librarian, and I was wondering if you could do the same for me.
You too. What would you like?
I'll leave my clothing upstairs for you. And she just reaches into her pocket and just takes out a piece of paper. I would like these on my clothing. I've already marked where they need to be.
Free to embellish at all, or no?
Sure. I trust you.
Trust you too. Uh,
So, Louisa, I assume you go upstairs.
yes, is that where Mikmick went?
Mikmick did not go upstairs, from what I know.
I want to talk to Mikmick first,
Okay.
and then I will go
Yeah,
upstairs.
Mikmick went to the southeast study, from what I remember him heading off to.
The study that he keeps going to. Not the one that Moynat found Rugadhaga in
That's
the
the
other side.
southwest, right? So I'll call them by their proper names. The southwest study is a Lanix study,
Okay.
and the southeast study is the guest study.
And that's where we're headed.
I'm bad at cardinal directions.
Louisa, I think you just went outside.
Did I?
I went outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the wrong study. The southeast study is where Arthur and Alana are.
That's southwest.
In here.
Oh,
We're
it is.
both-
God, I mean,
I
I have left and right tattooed
Do
on
I
my
need
feet
to put a
for-
compass rose on the
You
map?
might.
Yes.
I have left and right tattooed on my feet for a reason.
There you go. Works for me.
I like the idea though that Louisa and Amnestria stumbled into the wrong. God damn
It's
it.
like Clue when they're just like boom.
Louisa and Moynat stumbled into the wrong study and was like, "Oops, sorry."
Moynat is here for this conversation, but is mostly here to listen, is letting Amnestria take the lead. She takes her usual position in the window.
You mean Louisa take the lead?
God damn
Darn
it.
it.
This is
It's fine. It's fine. Everybody's Amnestria. Remember, everybody's Amnestria.
I think everyone was Amnestria last session.
That's right. We're just going to keep it going. We're just going to keep it
I
going.
started
Tea,
again,
for the
too.
record. Just
That's
tea.
cool. It's sure.
Very
I do
tired.
this all the time.
Actually,
so-
that's S, Sarah.
Unfortunate.
That's not T. That's S. There you
Go wait in the wagon.
go. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. So Louisa's gonna give a little tap tap and poke her head in and say, "Is it all right if we come in?"
Yeah. Just thinking.
I read the letter.
What do you think?
I'm more interested to hear what you think, first of all. I know the basics. I know that you want to go. I know that the letter has perhaps sparked some curiosity. But I want to give you the chance to tell us.
Well, as I said to Moynat before, I feel like that I need to go, but at the same time, I don't want to go. And that's what's currently mingling in my mind at the moment. Is that I don't want to return to that place. But on the other hand, returning to that place, it may unlock what memories I have left. And I would like to have the bigger picture of what I ran away from.
I think
So
that's.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say, I think that's important. course.
You won't
same
find your
time-
past without going home.
At the same time, I know this job for Atlantic is just as important, if not more important, than my menial task.
Let's put Alanik aside for the moment. Let's not have him factor into this just yet. I'm more interested to hear if you're willing to tell us why you don't want to go.
And Mikmick lets out a heavy sigh, glances over at Moynat, seeing as Mikmick's already told Moynat, and then speaks with his head low. Because the flashes of memory I have of that place, I was doing horrendous things. And I had the feeling by going back there, I may fall into those same tasks again.
Louisa will take Mikmick's hand in both of hers and say, I find it very difficult to imagine a world in which you were this person that you've told me of, that you've told us of. And I believe I told you back when we were in the cage that I think the most important part is that you are choosing something, who to be every day. Unless you are under some kind of mind control, I firmly believe that you can choose not to be that person in the future.
That's nice of you to say, Louisa, but I can't wipe these memories. I can't even feel for certain that I haven't been brainwashed before. Which is why, when I first saw Radaga, I kind of felt that she was under the same kind of situation I was, where she doesn't remember who she was. She doesn't remember what she done. And honestly, I'm afraid of what I was. I'm afraid of becoming that again.
Understand?
But if I may, it does seem like all of you are quite supportive and are willing to help me
Oh, you're not
the
going alone. We've decided that. For sure.
Absolutely not.
However,
yes.
I do have what possibly might be considered a radical suggestion that I wanted to see if you're open to. If
Yes?
part of the reason that you want to go back is to try to reclaim memories, could we not see if Alanik could possibly help you in that regard? Possibly hypnotize you in much the same way that he did with Radaga? Perhaps if you remembered more before we were to embark on this endeavor with very little information, perhaps we could know more.
Just as a reminder, Moynat, in case this may be something that didn't immediately spring to your mind, you asked
Oh, yes,
Alanik
I
to do the
remember.
same. Okay, fair.
I also, because I remember I would later on, I was like, I could have chosen to fail that save. I always forget you can choose to fail a
You
save.
can always choose to fail a save.
Though I like, for story purposes, I do end up liking the fact that it didn't work. No, I remember that I asked
Okay,
him.
cool.
Why not is very much quietly observing this conversation
Right on.
on purpose, intending. She's absorbing the situation.
Super duper.
She sort of looks as though she's distractedly staring out the window, but she is actually quite keenly listening.
You know, honestly, I had not actually thought of that as in, though now that you mention it, hypnotism does allow sometimes the inner part of you free. I could try that, but Alanik is, well, he looks around. I don't entirely trust Alanik. There's something he's hiding. I'm afraid that, again, even though his intentions seem good, I'm not sure if he may want me to stop this quest of mine and follow him as keenly as Cade does.
At
Thinking.
this point, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
At this point, Moynat, having listened, Moynat will turn from the window and say, Cabe works for Arthur because he loves him. They love him. We work for Arthur because he pays us. And for myself personally, I don't see that changing anytime soon. But it has just occurred to me. I listened in on a bit of conversation after dinner between Arthur and Alanik, and, well, on one hand, I do think that his reluctance for you to go to Lamordia is out of concern for you, and that perhaps he is attempting to sway us by saying he would send others in our stead to Barovia when in fact he will wait. But that also led me to believe that if he is concerned for you, then, well, perhaps he knows more about you than he has told us.
Or at least more about the situation from which you emerged.
He did keep... And I very well could have misheard, but my interpretation of the conversation is that he was worried the Baron would kill you. Considering the friendly overtones of the letter. Well, I'm not sure. It is a very grey situation, but I think you should allow Alanic to try to hypnotize you. But I still think we should go. Only hopefully with more information.
Well, I do think that the more information that we can acquire before going there is probably the best idea. The fact of the matter is, I'm basically the only source of that information, and what information I do have is scarce at best.
One of the other options is we have the tokens, we have the way back here. You still have that way of opening the mists. We could go to Barovia first and then simply delay our return.
Honestly, I don't know why I had this in my mind, but my initial thought was for you three to go and do the Barovia job while I go to Nemoria by myself,
No.
just to reconnect with the Baron, reconnect with my memories, wait for you to rejoin me, and then we go and rescue this person from the ice water.
First of all, I think that's a terrible idea. Here's why. He knows you want something. That's power. Power over you that he can use, he can manipulate. He does not have that same power over the three of us. Also, I wouldn't want you to go into a situation like you've described without someone to support you, someone who you know is in your corner and only your corner.
I understand what you're saying, and again, I've just been racking my brain over ever since I got this message. I want to do both, but I can't do both. Can't be in two places at once.
Well, you can't do both at the same time. Yes, you're correct. The letter says that this person might already be dead.
It does, but then again, they could have been dead for less time than the people over in Barovia.
Possible. It's possible the people in Barovia are stuck in a hidey hole somewhere, like barely surviving at the moment. We don't know. We don't know any of these things. That's my point.
As you
For
said,
one,
the more information that we have, the better, and we have
Exactly.
very little that we can go off, unfortunately.
I for one am tired
Hmm.
of working for money. I'd rather work for my friend.
I do believe that is the sweetest thing she's ever said, in my company at least. She might have said sweeter things before I joined up, I don't know.
Moina kind of gives you a calculating look and then turns her head out the window.
Before she turns away, Louisa just winks at her.
Well, then, I think that it may be settled then that we head to Lamordia first, all of us.
I think that you should ask Alanik. Personally, I understand if you don't want to do it, but I think you should ask Alanik to perhaps hypnotize you first. I think that should be step one.
I think I'll have to think about that for 10 minutes or so. First, I've got to prepare myself mentally in case the hypnotation unlocks things that I'm not ready for myself.
And
But if we do go to Lamordia, I would make one recommendation for you specifically, Louisa.
that
Bring out warm winter clothes. It is quite cold there, from what I remember. And he looks over to Moynat. I'm assuming you're right in ice cold waters.
Never bothered me before.
I thought I would say for you to rug up as well, but well, working around Lamordia in what you're wearing now may be more what's the word? More eye-catching than walking around with nothing at all on.
Jan's obsession with clothing. I'll wear whatever you tell me.
I don't want you to be uncomfortable while you're there, but if you're somewhat comfortable in what you're currently wearing, that should be all right. You just may get a few extra looks towards yourself.
I'm used to that.
It's kind of like the opposite to probably what you're used to. Imagine somebody diving into water fully clothed, and how much they would stand out in your community.
I won't walk around naked. Not unless someone asks. And then she's gonna stand up and leave the room.
always a delight.
And she's gonna go upstairs and say hi to her quippers before they disappear.
Okay. Yeah, they're sort of swimming around in the tub, unaware of the fact that they will cease to exist within 20 minutes or so. Unfortunately.
Yep. She's gonna climb in and have a nice little fish nap before they poof.
Yep. They sort of nuzzle up to you, their enormous red eyes just sort of like staring into your soul, and their tiny little sharp teeth just sort of slowly and tenderly just sort of nibbling at the dried scales.
Finger along the little ridge between their eyes.
Yeah.
Hello, my pretty.
One of them sort of swims up like right in front of your face, just stares at you, thinking like if you could like zoom in on this quipper's mind, it'd be like, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then 20 minutes later, whoosh, gone.
Bye, fishies.
Before she leaves the room, Louisa just has one other thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
she'll sit next to Mikmick so that they're at the same height level, and just say, I know what it is to feel as if a deep part of you is missing, and for you to want to throw all of your energy into finding that missing heartbeat of yourself, as it were. I just want for this to be truly your choice. I don't want you to go because you feel as if you must. I don't want you to go because someone is summoning you. I want you to go because you want to go. And if that's not the case, then maybe this is not the right time. But I can't make that decision. Amnestria, Muadnhait, we can't make that decision. All we can do is promise that whatever you decide, the three of us will be there by your side. And then she'll just squeeze his shoulder and get up and go upstairs to start embroidering.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Embroidery montage. We'll do a montage. Yeah.
Ow!
It's just like you bandage it, and you're just like, it's like focused, tight focus on your face. You're like, no, I will not let this. Yeah.
Gotta go.
I mean, honestly, you get blood in her clothes, she's probably not going to care.
Fair. Totally fair.
Probably not.
That's true.
Okay. We'll get back to that in a second, I'm sure, as to what happens after the embroidery montage. Amnestria, let's flip to you for just a spell. No pun intended. What are you doing here? What are you up to?
I mean, she's just sort of been sitting out on the steps, just watching the rain and thinking a lot about, well, I mean, what they're planning on doing and also what some of her compatriots have said.
Okay. How do you... what's running through your head? Like, what's running through Amnestria's mind? This will obviously be privy to you, but from the audience's perspective, what is Amnestria thinking?
Well, before she showed up out of the mist, she didn't really know who she was, but I mean, she still really doesn't know who she is. She is, or she was, or at least she thought she was content in not knowing, but watching the others sort of make discoveries about themselves and make plans to find those answers. It's something that's really on her mind right now.
You're outside in the rain, right?
Yes, she is.
No covering, just sort of letting the rain sort of soak through.
Yeah, more or less.
What season are you in right now?
I
saw you were rolling a token. I wasn't sure if you changed your season.
Well, actually, I got the same season.
You got the same season? Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, you can choose your season. If you wanna roll it, you can choose it. You can just, right click on the token and just flip down.
I know.
Okay. But you want to roll. I love it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You rolled it again. You got the same season.
No, they're different.
Are they though? Oh, you're right. They are slightly different.
Yeah.
Summer and fall are slightly different. Look.
Oh no, this is
Spring
and autumn.
Spring and autumn. Sorry.
It's actually autumn.
It's very. My eyes are going.
No, it's fine. The artist kind of made them very similar.
Very
but
similar.
It's fine. Yeah.
So which are you at this point?
At the moment, she is autumn.
Autumn.
Which is rather interesting because it is her. Well, it was her default season.
That's right. So you look down. The rainwater has sort of puddled around the front steps of of the chateau, and you look down at the rainwater, and it's the rain isn't like heavy drops. It's small, thin streams of rain coming down. Feels like it may let up, but it's constant at this point. You look down at the puddle, and you see your reflection. And you sort of stare into it for a second. And I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
I can do that.
Yes, you can. Positive thought.
My wisdom is not great, as in it is terrible.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh dear. At least it wasn't a disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage would be a 0. Jesus, that's like... I have no idea what's going on right now. But a 10 is unfortunately still a failure in this case. And so, Amnestria, as you stare into the rainwater and this sort of your reflection comes into your view, and you ever stare at something for so long that you feel like you're sort of falling into it? Ever have that feeling?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's how you feel. I'm not saying that you physically fall into your reflection, but from a psychological point of view, you do. And you black out. From the point at which you were at, staring at the puddle of water, to tomorrow morning, you have no memory.
Creepy.
Interesting.
And we'll leave it at that. Mikmick and Louisa, after your conversation ends, you head upstairs to your places of rest, I assume.
Mhm.
Mikmick, although I think you had something on your mind that maybe you wanted to fulfill or not. I'm not sure, honestly.
Yes. He will want to fulfill that. Use that pill he got last episode.
Yes. What is it that you want to do with it?
Well, seeing as he's in the study/workshop, he's going to remove the enchantment that he did have on his armor
Mm-hmm.
and start tinkering to build what looks like a small little creature.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little creature, you say?
Yes. Specifically,
Like we need more
Out of
fucking
game?
cute little things in this game.
We get a
You get a pet. Okay, let's see. Let's
Fine
see.
to get a pet.
What is this pet monstrosity that I'm about to allow into this game? Continue.
no monstrosity.
Ah.
Not quite.
It'll be the judge's
It's Tony.
It's okay. Oh my god!
Think a small little metallic pseudo dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Little pseudo dragon.
Going to call it.
Yep. I have no idea on the name yet, though.
We will.
What do you say you're gonna call it?
I said Tink. 'cause-
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I kind of love that.
That's
I like naming things everywhere.
You know, there's
I
all
know
this
other
confluence
people's
with
pets.
different streams and characters and names. There's all kinds of in the metaverse that is the sort of Mates of Fate, Slices and Dices, cinematic universe. There's all kinds of fucking this going on. There's all that.
Love it.
Well, it could be just Clink.
Clink, Tink. Maybe
would
they'll
be
meet
so
one day.
cute.
I like Clink.
Yeah.
I do like Clink.
Oh, did I accidentally stumble upon a name that actually exists in another game?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tink. Yeah, I thought you were being okay. That's Maeve's character. That's Maeve's character. in the
And
Mates of
yeah,
Fate
my
game.
goblin.
I didn't know. I thought it would be a
And
cute
she's also an artificer.
metal dragon.
Yeah, my artificers and
Because I
And
was
she's not.
thinking, oh, he's a tinkerer, cute metal dragon, tank would be cute. Oh
I
my
get it.
god. Okay, yeah. So, oh, but you know what? Sometimes my
And
clairvoyance just comes shining through
It's
everybody.
cool. It's cool.
Maybe clairvoyant.
Love it.
But that takes, how long does it to take to make that as an artificer, right? Because that's your magical
it doesn't
item.
actually
Right?
have a time limit, I don't think.
You just like snap your fingers and boop, it pops up, or
It's kind of like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
oh shit!
Yeah.
I thought it takes like an hour to create, but whatever, that's fine.
Well, he's going to have his long rest, which is only 4 hours. So
Sure.
between the time when they have to leave and
Okay.
his long rest.
So this is a familiar, yeah.
It's an homunculus servant.
Ah, homunculus servant. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. And you can have it take the shape of a pseudo dragon. So it doesn't have the stats of a pseudo dragon. It has the status of a homunculus.
That's the homunculus.
Got it. Cool. Awesome. I'm loving it.
And that's what the pearl was for.
I love it.
Yes, you need a gem worth whatever, 50.
Fantastic.
And that was basically the heart of the homunculus.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I was asking you for it specifically last game.
Has anyone ever seen the old movie from the 1980s, Batteries Not Included? Am I the only person?
Yes, I love that movie so much.
Oh, you guys got to see it. It's such a good movie. It probably...
I modeled for an art class at SVA one time that the teacher would play a movie and then have the art models like dressed up as characters from the movie and like posing in scenes from the movie while it was projected on the back.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to be Jessica Tandy from that movie.
There you go.
Nice.
Jessica
was
Tandy
great.
and Hume Cronin together
Yep.
in a single movie
Such a
together.
good movie.
It was a very good movie. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the sort of mechanical creatures in that spoilers if you haven't seen it, it's ridiculously old.
They're
But
so cute.
they look like little flying saucers. They're like this big.
They're so
They sort of fly around, and they're adorable. But yeah, I imagine you've made your own homunculus now that's sort of semi-metallic in the same fashion.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, very similar to the armor that he's wearing.
Super. Yep, that makes sense.
So-
Sort of bronzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, you've made yourself a homunculus friend.
Yep.
Oh, look at the sub. Thank you very much, Chris. Chris, who has joined us. We were just talking about you earlier, Chris. Thank you for the sub. Subscribe for 22 months. Amazing.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the deal, you can take your rest, your long rest. Louisa, I'm assuming you do the same.
Yes, she is going to stay up a little bit later just to do the embroidery
Yes.
that Amnestria has asked her to do.
Yes.
And I have just been sent the picture. So she's given her a shirt. So she is doing some detailing on the sleeve right here. Maeve, do you want to describe it or do you want me to?
I mean, I'm currently taking a dirt nap, so you're welcome to.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's essentially, she has called it the Blood Hunter insignia, and it looks like
Let's see.
actually like an arrowhead.
Oh, do you have a picture, or are you just like?
She sent me a picture.
Oh.
That I don't know.
I can
I've zoomed-
display it on the screen if you like. Ooh, or you can do it that way. Look at
Yeah.
that. That's cool.
as
I
well
like
as
that.
the detailing
Oh, you
on
did.
the vest, the silver part.
Ah,
Oh,
look at
cool.
that.
So I am going to embellish just slightly on this, in that on the center part where the red is
Mhm.
right here, just as a special little gift to Amnestria, and also to hopefully remind her to embrace her inner fire, she's just going to engulf that center bit in flame.
Love it.
Very cool.
And then she's gonna collapse into bed and try to get rid of this last level of exhaustion, is what Louisa is going to do.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. All right. And Moynak, you fall asleep in the tub.
Yep.
Super.
Always.
All right. So the four of you get a long rest. Amnestria, I guess you're the first person to wake up in the morning.
Why am I waking up?
Yeah, you're waking up in your bed. How to put this delicately? You're covered in blood.
Okay then.
You wake up and you're
What?
like, what the fuck? And you look down and your sheets are soaked. We're talking like Godfather
Like
horsehead scene.
God.
Or Carrie.
Um, uh,
So take a stress point.
okay.
Wickle.
You can give that to me, right?
Oh, I certainly can. Would you like me to?
Thank-
Yes,
yes,
I'm
please.
just going to mark a stress point upon your token.
What does level 1 stress do again?
It just is a -1 penalty to everything.
-1 penalty.
Yeah, it's not great. But it has been a while since I've had stress, so...
That is true. Let me just do this over here.
I've been
actually.
dealing with exhaustion for so long that I'm just like, I don't even remember what stress is anymore.
Now, is it just my sheets, or is it is the pathway for me coming into the room also?
Make a perception check.
Boy.
It's a 12.
So you throw the sheets off. The sheets spatter blood on the walls. You're like, oh god! And you look down at your body. There are no wounds on your body. And you do look, and you see that there are bloody footprints coming from the door to your room.
Let me smell.
Am I wearing clothing or no?
No, you are naked.
I'm going to grab.
Amnestria become a werewolf?
I have no idea. I'm going to grab one of the extra shirts I have in the room, and I'm just going to button it up. I presume it's probably long enough to cover.
Sure. You want to just
Lower
take the
part.
shirt and just be like, and it's now you're sticky with blood.
Well,
Now you're in Moynuts in a
yeah,
daily.
I'm probably not.
Hey, welcome to my
I'm
life.
gonna just look into the hallway and just sort of follow the blood trail, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's coming out of the hall. It's going down the stairs.
I'm gonna keep following it.
Okay, it goes down the stairs, down into the foyer, out the front door. Make a survival check past there, because it goes into the grass.
Okay, that's a 2.
And it disappears into the grass.
Yikes.
Just taking a deep breath now. Sort of.
It's still raining, so like the water from the rain is like slowly, because blood is thicker than water, slowly but surely diluting the blood upon your person. But now it's turning that beautiful shirt a brilliant shade of pink.
Okay, I'm going to quickly close the door behind me and just look around and try to find.
You outside? Sorry, or inside now?
I'm gonna go back inside.
Okay, you go back inside. You're trailing bloody footprints inside.
Yeah, I'm going to try to wipe off my bloody footprints and try to remember where there's another bathroom.
There is a bathroom.
There was-
There's a bathroom where they're upstairs. Unfortunately, it's kind of occupied at this point in time.
I believe there's a second one though.
There is one downstairs. That's it's not a guest bathroom. It's a Lanix bathroom.
Okay. I'm going to go upstairs and wake up my knot then.
Oh no! Sorry, the bathroom is downstairs.
Oh.
The bathroom that I sleep in is upstairs.
Correct,
We
but
determined that
a
forever ago.
Lanix bathroom is downstairs
Yeah.
at the end of the hall, actually, right next to the study that you found.
But isn't that
That's
connected to his...
No.
It's his bathroom.
It's his bathroom, though. Yeah. I mean, technically, it's a guest bathroom because that's where Radaga's. Radaga sleeps upstairs, but she did her first night sleep downstairs.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought the bathroom was actually connected to his room.
Oh no!
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I'm I'm still going to go upstairs and wake up Moynard.
Got it. You creep upstairs or walk upstairs? Like
I mean,
fast.
I'm pretty fast.
Okay. So and you go to the second floor. I'm just gonna move you to that space. Oh no, you're already there because
That's
there's
the
no
space it doesn't
Oh, I never
Yeah,
moved
yeah,
myself up. The
never
space
mind.
it does not, so I just left myself in the study.
totally fine. No problem. No problem.
There. I'm
Um,
on the
I'll just
stairs.
put you right-
That's where I am.
I'm gonna put you
There we
right
go.
there on the stairs,
Perfect.
and Mikmick is also upstairs. So everybody's upstairs. I'm just gonna put you at the top of the stairs. That indicates that you're at the top of the stairs. In fact, at this point in time, I might as well show the map because hey, it's a cool map. So
Wait,
there we
it's
go.
an upstairs map now?
So you go upstairs. Everybody's still asleep except you.
He means he's showing it to the stream.
Exactly.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes. So yeah, you go directly upstairs and thump up into the bathroom, or to the bathroom door. I should say. It is. I don't know. Why not? Did you leave it? Yeah.
I don't lock the bathroom door while I'm sleeping naked in a tub.
Of course
What are you
not.
talking
I mean,
about?
why? So yeah, you the door knob turns and you are able to go inside.
And the quippers are not there.
There are no
I
quippers.
Yeah,
I didn't ever know the quippers were there to begin with.
That's true. Nobody. I don't think anyone ever found my quippers.
No.
I did.
Nobody took-
Louisa
Oh, you
Did
did?
you? Aw.
Louisa went to go take a bath and just opened it up and went, nope.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and walked away.
Nice.
Weird ass thing. Alanic likes quippers in the bath or some shit. What do you do?
I'm going to wake Moynard up.
Why
No,
not?
I'm not tapping her.
Like, we'll just like sort of.
Wake
we're gonna
up!
have to, because she's
Some-
literally completely submerged underwater.
I'm gonna just hit my hand in the water a little bit and just pull back. Some
And
bloody water.
cool, why not? We'll sit up, look at you, and say, "Are you all right?"
I have no fucking idea.
Well, and just all business. Stand up, get out of the tub, and gesture for you to get in.
I think there's more pressing matters.
Clean yourself up.
Fine.
Sit. Sit.
She's going to sit in the bathtub.
The water dilutes. It's now just a pink liquid mass.
Why not? We'll sort of take a moment to kind of like pour some over her head and help clean her off a little bit.
Carefully.
And then say, all
Not
right.
to touch it.
Yeah. Don't touch.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, obviously doesn't take the necrotic. Although just like use like a
That's-
bowl or something. There's got to be like there's probably like a pitcher or something in there.
You
And
can like
then-
take the shirt and just like squeeze water on.
Why not make a perception check as you're cleaning her off?
Alrighty. I just see I'm reasonably good at that. 24.
Nice.
As you're cleaning her off, you see little stuff coming out of her hair and sort of streaming down her back, and it's not blood. Content warning:
liquid? Okay.
it's fingernails. Little chunks of
Not more
fingernail
nuts.
coming out of
It's sort of-
Amnestria's hair.
May I see your hand?
Sure.
Show her hand. Just got all your fingernails.
Going to show her my other hand.
Got all your fingernails.
And I mean, as someone who can remove fingernails and give them to people, I'm not as freaked out
Fair.
about this as someone else might be.
Fair.
But she's definitely confused and intrigued.
Yeah, the fingernails they still have sort of flesh attached to the cuticle, and that flesh is rotten, bloodied.
All right, you're going to want to clean under those, and I'll
I-
be back.
There's. I guess I was outside. I really don't know.
I will pull the drain on the plug so that the current bloody water goes down, and I will turn the taps back on to give her warmer water since Moynard sleeps in ice cold water,
Mm-hmm.
and that had magic fish swimming in it. And say, you stay here, and Moynard will grab Cloudy's red ruffled shirt from the floor, put it on over herself, and go out into the hallway and to Amnestria's room. Trying to say, I'm assuming when she walks out into the hallway, she sees bloody footprints.
She does. 2 sets.
One
All
walking
right.
in, one walking out.
Well, actually, technically, both walking in. Because
Oh yeah, well she went down and then came back up too. So.
she went down and the blood had dried. She had dried blood all
Okay.
over her. So she wasn't
Okay.
tracking dried blood out the door.
All right. I'm going to follow the bloody footprints.
Okay. You follow them down the stairs. They lead to the foyer and out the door.
Gonna continue following, seeing if I can find out where they went.
Make
where
a
she
survival
was.
check.
18.
They go out of the house into the street. There's just the barest sort of inklings of blood sort of seeping into the drains at this point in time. They seemed like they were there for a while if they were going to be sort of imprinted on the, I guess, on the street, whatever material the street is, stone, I guess, for such a long time. And they seem to head, they come from the street into the house.
Yeah.
And they seem to be heading from northward into the city.
All right. Seeing that, Muadnhait's going to go back into the house.
Got it.
And look for some cleaning supplies real quick.
Closet of cleaning supply.
I mean, she's gonna go like into either the kitchen or the supply room or something, and just look for like a rag and some water.
Yeah, I'd say the kitchen. Like you go to the kitchen, you grab a rag, and I mean water you have in spades. So.
Like a bowl of water or something, and she's just going to quickly and rudimentarily clean up the trail of bloody footprints.
Cool. You do that.
That can be seen. Like anything like outside's going to get washed away by the rain. She's going to wash up the stairs in the hallway real quick.
Cool. Yep. Absolutely. Shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to do that.
I assume she's going to finish at Amnestria's room and open the door.
Mm-hmm. And there you go. That's what you see.
What?
Big splat of blood on the wall. Oh. Sheets stained with crimson.
Right, she's going to just set down the bowl of water and bloody rag inside Amnestria's room, close the door behind her, and go back to the bathroom to check on Amnestria.
Right on.
Amnestria is he's sort of taken the shirt she was wearing, and she's kind of like using it to like clean herself, but she's being rather rough about it. Like she feels
out
like
damn spot kind of shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Muadnhait will sort of sit down, like perch on the edge of the tub, sort of opposite her, facing her, and say, "Where did you go after dinner last night?"
I remember talking with both of you about Mikmick, and I went to sit outside, and I don't know after that.
You sat outside here, or did you go somewhere?
I sat on the steps. It's right outside. I don't think I went anywhere.
Well, you came from somewhere, or something covered in blood came from somewhere and covered you in it. Somewhere northwards in town. I didn't follow very far because, as Mikmick so kindly pointed out to me yesterday evening, I tend to stand out when I don't wear enough clothing. Are you all right? Are you hurt?
I mean, I don't think I'm hurt, but I'm not all right. I am definitely not all right.
Mikmick, I think you've probably been awake for a little bit of time. I don't know how far away your room is from the bathroom.
Well, I was thinking that Mikmick, seeing as he doesn't sleep conventionally, he has the quote-unquote dad naps. He's actually in the study all night, just taking a seat in that study.
Oh, downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, then make a. What's your passive perception?
13, I don't know.
Moynat,
14 or
did
13, I think.
you go like swiftly down the stairs?
I didn't
14.
actively roll stealth, but
Yeah.
I was being quiet about it
Cool.
because trail of blood, Amnestria is freaking out. I don't want to wake up the whole damn
What's
house.
your dexterity modifier?
My dex mod is a 1.
I'm going to say with that, without attempting to stealth, Mikmick with a 13 passive, you probably heard some like
14 passive.
14 passive. Yeah, I think you heard some like noises going up and down the stairs.
Okay, so in that case, I think
I am going to say that when I came into the bathroom, I locked the door behind me.
Totally fine. Understandable.
Amnestria naked in the bathtub probably doesn't want a bunch of people
Hell
walking
no.
So Mikmick would probably come out at that time after hearing some footsteps around that seemed to be slightly hurried, and try and follow them upstairs, I'm assuming, to probably catch Moynat just about to enter Amnestria's room.
Say she's
I would
gone back
say.
into the bathroom and locked the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by that time, you can hear voices pretty easily. You can hear Moynat speaking to Amnestria in the bathroom, but at this point in time, that's all you see or hear or notice.
Okay, well, hearing probably Moynat and Amnestria talking, he'll come up to the door and just knock. You two ladies all right in there?
We're fine. Thank you, tiny one.
Okay, just if you need anything, just let me know. I'll
Of course.
go back to what I was doing. He'll walk back down.
Alrighty, fair.
I
Keep-
then turned to Amnestria. I was like, I assume you didn't want to tell him just yet.
I don't even know what I would tell him. I just keep replaying in my head, but it's different from yesterday, I suppose.
Different how?
I mean, as far as I know, this has never happened before. I think I'd remember if I'd woken up covered in blood and does he see fingernails?
Yes, they in fact are. Can I tell if they're human fingernails?
Make a medicine check.
Oh, actually, my medicine's not terrible. Okay.
Nice.
16.
Yeah, they're human fingernails.
Well, did anything happen to you during the day yesterday? You just went to the library.
Yes, I mean, we just went to the library and we looked up a bit of information of where I'm from. I had it was a nice time with Louisa. And then we came back and wait, you gave me that spear.
Did
But
Darga gave it to me, but
I left it under my bed in the room. Can you go check to make sure it's still there?
of course. I will tiptoe
Mhm.
out of the bathroom. I will roll stealth if you would like me to, because I am trying to be very quiet. at
That's
this point
fine,
now
that
I
works for
know that
me.
Mikmick is up.
Be my guest. It's not the best tiptoeing
9.
ever.
Not great. Okay.
More like thump toe than tiptoe, but I'm alright with it.
Maybe I like stub my toe in the hallway or close the door a little too loud.
Fair.
But I will hurry into Amnestria's room, sort of trying to avoid the blood on the floor, and kneel down and look under the bed to see if the spear is still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Is the spear bloody?
No.
Okay, I will come back and report that to Amnestria.
I have no idea.
You left it I mean, I touched it, you touched it, Radaga had it. Anything else? You said there was a strange someone with you in the library that you didn't see?
Well, yes, but Louisa tried to chase them and I never saw them. someone in the library really doesn't explain this.
I don't know. But there is an explanation.
I mean, maybe it has to do with what I can do.
Perhaps. You do use your own blood?
We've never done
That's-
anything like this before.
Well, if something strange happened in a town like this, the people here do love to talk. I imagine we'll hear of it ere long. Perhaps that will shed some light on the matter?
All right. Can you see if actually, can you bring me some clothing?
Of course. And Moynat will head off and shuffle through whatever closet of clothing Alana has previously let us dig through.
Yeah, I mean, there's a closet per room.
Yeah.
Amnestria just happened to grab a nightshirt, which she then sullied, unfortunately, with blood. But there are others.
Okay. I'll just grab her a clean nightshirt then, for
Absolutely.
the time being.
Yep. Fair. I'd say maybe 20 or 25 minutes later, Louisa, you rise from your sleep, having completed a long rest, which you now no longer have any exhaustion levels.
Welcome back.
Such a long time, everyone. Such a long time.
And you
I
did
will
not
say-
have any dream that you can recollect.
Well, that's nice for a change.
Mm-hmm.
Before she gets up to go take Amnestria her newly embroidered shirt and vest, she will pull out the piece of fabric that Moynat had found in searching the library, and she'll summon the magnifying glass and just look at this piece of fabric to see if it's magical at all, and or if it's not magical, if looking at it through a magnifying glass offers any sort of insight.
Cool. Yeah. So, your hat turns into a magnifying glass. You look at it. It does not glow with magic of any kind.
Okay.
Which matches your understanding of magical items because they wouldn't be able to be torn or ripped or destroyed so easily if they were magical.
Yeah.
It is a normal piece of woolen fabric. You look at it under the magnifying glass. Make a perception check with advantage.
Advantage. All right.
Because of magnifying glass.
Let's
Actually,
do
make well, I was going to say perception, but it could be an investigation as well. But I'll give you the 19. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a coarse fiber. It's a coarse fabric. It seems to be not the best quality. You've being from Dement, Liu, you know like decent textiles. This is not one of them. This is a coarse, very low grade, probably low cost, black woolen fabric.
Okay.
That's
Great.
it.
That's all I got. Okay. She will put the hat back on.
Okay.
And then fold up the vest and the shirt and go to Amnestria's room and be like, "Rise and shine, knockety knock." And then,
Not close
I was
to
gonna,
the-
I was gonna say, hearing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the 18 passive perception goes suddenly, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then she'll just open the door.
Well, there's no more footprints because Moy not cleaned them all
did
up.
you clean them up?
She cleaned
Okay.
them all up.
Never mind. Then
But-
Yeah, I was gonna say, hearing that, like hearing Louisa coming, Moynat will probably poke her head out of the bath and say, "Oh, good morning. Amnestria and I were just having a chat."
Amnestria is a little damp, but she has clothes on, and Moynat is in the tub.
I have your.
Wait, we're not in the tub.
No, Moynat's not in the tub.
I thought you were in the tub.
No,
My fault.
because Amnestria was in the tub. I
I'm-
came
Oh,
back
she
with-
was in the tub and you came back with clothes. Sorry.
I came back with clothes. Yeah.
Fair. Apologies. Continue.
have your vest and your shirt. I hope you like them. Is
Uh,
everything all right?
no, no. It is definitely not alright. I think perhaps we should. I'm just going to walk hardly towards my door, and I'm going to open it and motion inside.
Louisa will walk over, look in the doorway. Is the bed still just a bloody mess?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna guess Louisa takes a stress point seeing that.
Sure. I will give that to you. Be my guest.
I probably should have warned you that it was.
It's fine. Wouldn't have made very much of a difference.
Are you all right? Are you hurt?
I have no idea. I'm not physically hurt as far as I can tell, but
He is unsettled.
that's a word.
Louisa, as you're looking at Muadnhait and Amnestria in the room, you have a passive perception of 18, probably the highest of all three of them, yes?
Yes, you do.
Mikmick, you're still downstairs, correct?
Is correct.
Cool. Louisa and Mikmick, you hear, good morning. What? Bloody! Why is the floor soaking wet?
Arthur.
What?
I'll take this one, and Muadnhait will, because I mean her hair is obviously still soaking wet.
Yeah.
And she'll quickly poke her head down the top of the stairs and say, "Oh, terribly sorry. Good morning. I went for a bit of a wander and forgot to dry myself off. Here, let me help you."
Arthur sort of like he's on his butt, and he's in his nightgown, and he sort of stands up and he looks at the foyer where there's like a sheen of water that has been, dripped essentially all along the floor, and he's barefoot and he gives his hand to you to pull him up.
I'll help him up and say, "I'm terribly sorry. I suppose I was sleepwalking."
Make a deception check. Okay. He goes,
"Come on."
yeah, 13 is not bad. Isn't that bad? He goes, sleepwalking. Oh, because you sleep in the. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
In the bath.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I'm terribly sorry about that. I thought I'd managed to clean it up, but I must have missed a few spots.
You came down to clean it. You came down to clean it up after you. I see.
Oh yes, I sort of woke up on the stairs and realized I'd made a bit of a mess, and so I went to the kitchen and.
No problem. Nothing a good mopping will do.
Yes.
Let me attend to that, and please, no worries at all. No worries.
Thank you.
And
just scamper back up the stairs.
she's like, yeah. He goes
upstairs. She sort of wanders back and says, "Perhaps I am a bit unsettled. I'm usually a much better liar."
I'm not going to give you a stress point, but that's fine.
I don't blame you in the slightest.
Yeah. I think probably if you guys have nothing else within that sort of like little thing, Mikmick, you sort of see Arthur run into the kitchen, or sort of limp into the kitchen, I should say, and he grabs a mop, comes out to the front, and begins to mop the foyer, get all the wetness up.
Who put wet on the floor?
Clearly it was Muadnhait. She said she was sleepwalking. He starts to, mop the hallway. Came down, tried to clean it up. Didn't do such a good job. No worries. Nothing a good mopping won't do. Just want to make sure it's nice and dry for when the old man wakes up. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I don't think he gets much traction on water.
Yes, he's going to go skidding all over the place.
I mean, in some places that would be a bit fun, but...
No, not so much. You have to hear the end of it. It's... whatever. Continues on mopping.
You need a hand, or...
Oh, no, not at all. More than able. Continues mopping. Muadnhait, Amnestria, and Louisa. Any end to that situation upstairs?
Louisa has handed over the clothes to Amnestria and has just started to like take the sheets off the bed, but is like looking like nowhere at the bed. She's just, and her movements are like really jerky and rough, and she's just trying to like ball up the sheets, and then she's looking at the walls.
Muadnhait will take the bowl, the rag in the bowl of water, and start working on the walls.
It's Amityville horror all over again.
Let's just gonna help clean as well.
Whistle while you work.
I'm gonna close my bedroom door. And does it have a lock?
Yes, it does.
Yes, I'm absolutely locking the fucking door over in here.
Lock that fucking door.
What on earth happened?
I don't know. I was talking with each of you last night, and I went to sit outside in the rain, and I woke up in my bed covered in blood and with fingernails in my hair. And this, and bloody footprints leading outside.
Technically, they were leading back in.
That's
Right.
fair, but
They seem to have come from the northern side of town. Or at least that's the direction they led in. I didn't follow very far. I could get dressed and see if I can follow them further before the rain washes them away entirely.
Might be a good idea.
Right. She'll just set down the bowl. She'll run to, I guess she keeps her clothes in the bathroom. I don't know.
Sure, why not?
She'll quickly throw Claudiu's trousers on. She's still wearing his red shirt. This has become her go-to casual outfit.
I love it.
And will head downstairs and out and start trying to follow that trail of footprints north as far as she can go, just to see if she can get any kind of idea where the hell Amnestria was.
Cool. Okay, so you exit the house. As you do so, Cabe's like, "Hey, good morning, Muadnhait. It's where are you going? Where you go? I thought we were gonna have breakfast." Oh.
I'll toss you the hat before you go.
Okay, I will catch the hat.
Yeah, just in case there's anything that...
Pop it on my head. Why not? I already look like a crazy person. Let's make it even weirder. I like to think that like it kind of like settles just like the horns are poking out in the front of it.
Love it.
Like around the sides of the little brim. And she starts moving north. She sort of like glances over her shoulder and says, "Good morning, small one. I'm not hungry." And then continues.
Okay. Have a good morning. Bye.
She sort of waves over her shoulder, intently staring at the ground.
Cool. All right. We're gonna come back to you in a bit, Muadnhait, because I'm sure you'll have your own quickly accomplished adventures in town. As you do so, however, shutting the door behind you, Amnestria, Louisa, Mikmick, you're all still in the house. Arthur says, darling, good morning. How are you today? Did you sleep well? And you hear the sound of wheels sort of being moved through the hall. Yes. Beautiful night. Love the sound of rain. Hello, Cabe. How are you today? Sleep well? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, Atlantic. Well, what do we have for today's offering? Eh, Arthur?
Well, I haven't really decided yet. I've been cleaning up a little bit of a mess that happened last night.
Oh. Oh, I see. Looks down. Water. Water stains.
Yes, it was a bit of a mess left behind Muadnhait. She said she sleepwalks. And, she's, in
In the tub, yes, I see. And of course, you are cleaning that up.
well, I thought it only proper. She's still a guest after all.
Yes, of course, yes. Looks down at the water, puts a hand to his chin.
Uh-oh. We're about to get busted.
Arthur, have you seen Muadnhait?
I believe she just left.
I see. Wheels himself out into the hallway, looks at the rest of you, sort of looking intently at you all, and says, I'm sorry, so terribly sorry to bother you. Your compatriot, Muadnhait, unfortunately, she seemed to have caused this mess. She looks up at Amnestria, she looks up at Louisa, and she looks up at Mikmick. Or over at Mikmick, I should say.
Would we have finished cleaning the room by now?
Oh, yes, I would say so.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Feet soak in the bathtub, but like we've, we're just kind of like.
It's been a morning, y'all.
Yeah, it's been a morning. Yeah. Looks over at you and says, so this.
Mikmick has no idea.
No, Mikmick is a complete and total perfect eyewitness to nothing. So, yeah.
I was in the study all night.
This is why we protected our perfect little sunflower, who's probably really bad at lying.
That's cool. That's very true.
J'accuse!
I was in the study all night.
I think it was Mikmick in the study with a candlestick.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The question was, dear, I don't know if you know anything about this mess.
The water?
The water on the floor that my dear Arthur is cleaning up. Your friend Muadnhait seems to have unfortunately sleepwalked. Do you know? Did you know this?
I mean, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Mikmick, Louisa?
I mean, I didn't hear her throughout the night, but then again, I'm not the most perceptive person in the world.
I was conked out all night long.
So none of you know about this, then?
No.
I mean, I just came down the stairs just a moment ago.
Do you need help? I'm happy to help. And Louisa will go and take the mop from Arthur and start.
Oh, how kind of you, dear. But no, you're a guest. This is my and my husband's abode. I'd be more than happy to do all the grunt work. We used to call that in the army, grunt work.
Oh, you do so much. I just thought it was a small way of giving back.
Oh, no, not at all, please. You're too kind.
Atlantic says, Arthur.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Atlantic sort of leans over the side of his chair and dips a finger into the remaining water that has been sort of not yet mopped up and sort of does one of these things. Sniffs his finger. Drums his fingers on the arm rests of his chair and says, "Will Muadnhait be back soon?"
Hopefully.
I mean, after all, you said that you would detail your decision as to whether or not you'd be going to Barovia or to, as Mikmick suggested, Lemuria.
Of course.
Well, then I guess we'll wait for your friend to return.
Yes, we shall.
Very well. Arthur, shall we partake in some breakfast? What do you have in mind?
Well, honestly, I thought we'd maybe have some flapjacks, some syrup. It's a lovely night for rain, but the day seems to be quite dreary. So, hearty, warm food. Yes? No more of that cold gruel that you seem to like so much, Olenek. Well, I do like it. It's good for the constitution. Well, yes, but flapjacks are quite hearty. They sit in your stomach and give you the energy for the whole day. Arthur, I don't need... No, please. We can carry on this conversation. And the two of them disappear into the kitchen.
Picolago no Maricalbo.
I mean, that's what
Absolutely.
No.
Cabe looks at the four. Sorry. Yeah, four. Well, no, sorry. I'm looking at four because we're not still there in the room. But she's not technically. So she looks at the... Cabe looks at the three of you and says, wow, this is a big mess.
Why not outside?
Yes, Mornat is outside, so the three of you. Thank you. That makes it so much
You're
easier. I'm like, God, there's too many people in the room that aren't here.
Visual aids, man. Visual aids. Very important.
Absolutely. Cave's like, there's a lot of water in here.
I mean, she does sleep in the bath.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Hey,
Just tracked it all over.
absolutely. Cave sort of like
Did she?
comes up the stairs and says, hey, listen, you can tell me, like, have you guys decided where you want to go yet?
Oh, that's up to Mikmick.
Oh,
Yeah, it's up to him. We're just right behind him.
well, I don't want to pressure you or anything, Mikmick, but like, Barovia, Lamortia.
If you don't want to pressure him, then probably you should not say much more. No?
Okay. Fine.
I mean, I was planning going to Lamortia, regardless of the fact.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I promise I won't spill the beans.
Don't jerk.
Okay, I'm gonna go and help set up the table. I'll be back. Cabe runs into the kitchen and then into the dining room.
Can I insight check him?
Go for it.
There we go. 24.
Nice.
I have a stress point, but that's finally a good insight check.
Indeed, the
Are
dice are
your
your
case.
friend.
Check them.
What exactly are you looking for on that inside check? So I can give you what you desire, if possible.
Is he going immediately into the dining room to tell Alanik what Mikmick just said?
He didn't seem like, they did not seem like they were going to do that. No,
Okay.
they seemed honest in their ability to keep a secret.
All right.
When you look down at Mikmick, and I really think there's something you should see upstairs.
What's that?
I
Stay down
think
here. I don't want to see that again.
that's fine. You can wait here. Make sure they don't.
Yes.
I'll show him.
I will run distraction. As
You have done before. You can do it again.
Master's just gonna kind of hurry up the stairs.
Okay.
Nicholas will follow her up.
All right.
Matt never knew this was going to become a farce.
Oh, listen, upstairs, downstairs is my jam. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we probably did a fairly decent job of cleaning my room, I imagine.
Imagine if like upstairs, downstairs, and like Faulty Towers and The Shining, like we're all sort of smooshed together. That's this. Yeah.
That's what's happening. Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, I mean, you open the door, Mikmick. It's just Grand Guignol. It's fucking yeah. It's a peck and paw film.
we missed
What?
some, apparently.
We missed some of it.
A little bit. Oh no, that's true. You cleaned it all up. Sorry, my bad. I thought this was before.
You can
No, I'm-
show him the sheets soaking in the
I'm going
bathtub.
to show him the
You show him the
bathtub.
bathtub. Yeah, it's pink mess. It's a pink mess. There's like sheets all soaked with blood. But the room is beautiful. Very nice job, guys.
Hey, thanks.
We try.
Just gonna like
Looks like
reach
a
into
neat
the
room.
bathtub and like pull out a pull out a fingernail in there and just like put it out to him. I have no idea where this came from.
You were in here with Moinat before. She's pulled off parts of her body. These aren't Moinat's,
These
are
are
they?
not your nails, Mikmick. These came from my hair. I don't like. She like just starts feeling her scalp to like feel if there's like any like scratch marks on her head. Are there scratch marks on her head?
Are you looking at your own head?
Yeah, I'm like feeling around. to,
Looking
like,
at her own
I'm
head.
like, how are you what the fuck? How can you do that?
She's gone into third person mode.
Oh dear.
I'm just like feeling around my hands.
Hit the C button. Hit the C button. You go back into first person view. Yeah, I would say you sort of run your hand through your scalp, and you do feel there are some like small lacerations in your scalp. They sort of sting a little bit.
Something happened last night, Mikmick, and I don't know what. But I woke up in my room and I was covered in blood, as was my bed, as was the path to get in the house. There's a reason the floor's wet.
There is a gong from downstairs.
Flapjacks! Get them while they're hot!
How the hell did he cook the flapjack so quickly?
I'm a master at flapjack cooking!
They are listening.
You hear
to
that from
our-
downstairs.
I have flapjack proficiency. I took a feat in flapjacks.
He has the chef beat.
Oh, Arthur.
Yes, Clemens approves. Fantastic. Amazing. So yeah, I mean, you are summoned to the breakfast table. Let's now flip to Muadnhait. Muadnhait, you are walking through the city. It doesn't take that long to fucking make pancakes, honestly. You just need a good griddle. Okay, so yeah, you walk through the city. In fact, let's flip you to the Dementliu map. And so you are, let's see where you are. You are about...
We've determined we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
19.
Yeah. So you walk sort of northeast, following the remaining sort of globs of whatever kind of plasma that you can find or red that you see on the street, and you see people sort of walking to and fro. It's still raining, so they're all wearing. They're all wearing either raincoats or have parasols or umbrellas or whatever it is. Actually, it wouldn't be parasols, it'd just be umbrellas. These sort of strange objects, which you yourself are not familiar with, but obviously you as Sarah would be.
Strange people who don't want to get wet.
That's when you get about 2 or 3 blocks into town when you hear, extra, extra, read all about it. Gruesome murder, mutilated body found. Extra, extra!
I will turn to the sound of the voice and say, I would like to hear more about it.
He brings out from under a canvas sack some kind of a periodical.
I will take it from him.
Okay, it's
And
starting to
start-
yeah. It says the Dementliu Chronicle. It's got a typeface on it. It's got a typeface on it. It's not like written like hand scripted letters. It's actually got a typeface, which is something you're probably not used to see typefaced print. But it does seem like they have that particular technology here in Dementliu because it's probably like early 1800s, late 1700s.
Yeah.
So typeface is available. And it says mutilated body found street of salons alleyway, like main title. Remains of body festooned within the alleyway. Unknown assailant still on the loose.
As I read it quickly, and then I look over at the newsboy and say, where is this?
I'm sorry?
The Street of Salons. Where is that again? I'm sorry, I'm new to the area.
He laughs and shows like a somewhat toothless grin. He's like, "You're on it, lady. This is the Street of Salons."
Then where did this happen? Nobody seems terribly concerned.
Oh, you are new to Dementliu, aren't you, lady?
Ha ha. This stuff happens a lot. Sometimes people just go missing. But
Oh.
don't worry, the authorities in the church will figure it out. They've got people.
Oh, I see. Well, call me morbidly curious. Which alley was it?
I mean, I can't read, so I don't know.
Oh, so you're telling everyone about a murder, but you don't know where it happened?
No, they just give me the papers and say extra, extra. This is what you have to say. Extra, extra, read all about it. Gruesome murder.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much for your help. And then I'm just gonna start walking away and looking around trying to figure out what fucking alley this murder happened in.
I mean, the indication from the paper is that it happened on an alleyway called Crosshatch Street.
Okay. Then I'm gonna head there.
Cool. All right. Muadnhait heads out into Crosshatch Street. It's not too far from your position, and it's pretty obvious as to where it is because there are barriers set up around this alleyway made out of metal and wood. And there are guardsmen standing at the corners of this alleyway. There are a plethora of onlookers. And they are looking into this alleyway like something out of like a Jack the Ripper movie.
I'm going to sort of casually stroll up and join the onlookers looking into the alleyway.
Okay, and this is where we're going to go to break. Moinot, you look into the alleyway, you sort of arch your neck over the shorter people here in Dementliu who are still very finely dressed, or at least what they determine to be finely dressed, and over the guards who have sort of crossed their pole arms to make sure that no one can get past into this scene of absolute grotesque carnage. The rain has, thank goodness, washed most of it away. But what you see absolutely stuns you. You can't really get a hold of it, but lucky for you that you've been to places where bodies have been pretty commonplace. Like Falkovnia, where the rotting undead, masses and masses and masses of them came storming in your direction. But this is worse because the blood here is fresh. And it is smattered on the walls. And it is streaking down due to the rain. And what's worse, there are body parts everywhere. We're talking arms, legs, guts. Multiple people. 3, maybe 5 in this alleyway. Heads, of course. How could I forget?
Moyna sort of cocks her head to the side and watches impassively for a few minutes. And then sort of takes the hat in her hand and mutters quietly to herself, "Game is afoot."
And that's where we're gonna go to break. Amazing.
I'm so glad I thought of that. I was like, doesn't have to be attuned. Go.
Amazing. I'm glad you thought of it too.
All right.
Everyone's gonna get to say it at some point.
Damn it. Damn it. I never knew this was going to turn into a procedural. That's fine.
Did I mention that I've spent the last year and a half reading nothing but procedural crime novels?
Oh, Lord. Here we
You've
go.
also never played a long-term D&D game with me. If you present to me a mystery, I will find a way to solve it.
Challenge accepted. All right. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, folks. And we'll be back.
5.
So
Okay.
we'll see you in a little bit. Okay. We're back. So, Moynat, you're at the scene of the crime.
It's the end of the crime.
What are you doing?
I'm going to sort of straighten myself up. I've got my magnifying glass. I'm actually just going to take a moment to sort of glance through it at the crime scene in general. look at the guards themselves, see if there's anything magic-y going
Come
on.
up real close.
No, because it's just got to take that. I just have to look through it. So I was kind of like casually looking around to see if it looks like there's any magic on these guards to begin with, like the police who are guarding the barricades.
Louisa gave you the magnifying glass, the hat.
Yeah, she gave me the hat. That's
Cool.
why I said the game.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you do not see anything magical on the guards. You do not see anything magical in the alleyway.
Excellent. Then Moynat will sort of straighten herself up a bit, push her hair back over her shoulders, and then begin striding purposefully toward the barricade.
Okay. The two guards there at the front still have their halberds crossed.
Good afternoon. Good morning, gentlemen. I assume you are expecting me.
They look at each other. Oh, you.
I see you have not been informed. Very well. My name is Brana Dahel. I am a private investigator. I am here to survey the scene. I'm sent on behalf of the Moreno family. I believe you've heard of them, yes?
Look at each other. Brona, what?
Brana Dobhale.
Well, we don't heard of no Brona Dobale.
All right, well, that is unfortunate. Your superior should have informed you that I was arriving. I've been sent to town by the Moreno family to investigate the disappearance of several of their kin. I am just here to make sure that these unfortunate souls are not any of them. So if you'll just let me pass, I can be on my way. And
Hey,
out of your
William,
hair.
you heard that the Morenos were missing anyone? No, Kendrick. I ain't heard nothing like that.
Really? You haven't heard what happened to Gilbert at the last ball, hmm? That's unfortunate. I thought everyone heard about that.
Oh, yeah, that was unfortunate. We heard about
Yes,
that guy.
well, several other family members have failed to return from Dementliu, and the family, unfortunately, suspects foul play, and they've asked me to come take a look.
Make a deception check, and I'm going to give it to you with advantage since you used your notes.
Okay, and I have a backup plan if this fails. 10. All right.
No,
That's
with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Okay, 23.
The guards, Billiam and Kendrick, look at you and go, well, we're still waiting for the Inquisitor from the church to come, but I don't see why. Use from the what now? They sort of look quizzically at you. Like,
The Moreno family.
oh, so use a private
yes,
chappie.
I'm a private.
You don't look
Chappie.
no private chappie. You got some. Anyway, right. Well, we'll let
She
you.
just kind of get like when he starts she just fixes him with a death glare.
He stops almost immediately. He says, "Right, well, we'll let you in the scene, but we're gonna have to check you when the Inquisitors come. We're gonna make sure that they get to talk to you."
Whatever you need.
And they undo their halberds.
Amazing. I go into the scene.
It's a mess. It's literally like being in a slaughterhouse for people.
And as we know, Moynat goes everywhere barefoot.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Yeah, it's squishy mess.
Squishy, squishy. She's like
Squishy.
walking gingerly to maintain her balance.
Yeah, I mean, you could make an investigation check or a medicine check.
They are equal,
Cool.
which is ironic because I bothered training in investigation, which is I have a 0.
It
intelligence
happens.
one, so that was silly. Maybe that'll change later. We'll see. I'm gonna go with eeny meeny. I'm gonna go with investigation this time.
Okay.
14.
With a 14, clearly body parts everywhere. They seem to have been scattered throughout the alley, almost as if they were not like thrown, but like with the splatter patterns. I feel like we're in fucking, what's the name of that show? Dexter, yeah. With the splatter patterns that are slowly draining off the walls, you feel like these individuals like something caused a massive amount of explosive force that just literally tore these people apart.
All right. That's good information. Do I recognize any of the faces from any of the people we've met intimately? We haven't met a lot, but we've met a decent amount.
No, but they're wearing somewhat less than desirable clothing, shall we say.
So, likely poor. Somehow exploded.
Mm-hmm. You see some weaponry on the street, like short swords, daggers, stuff like that. One is still in one guy's hand.
Okay. I'm going to use the magnifying glass, see if any of those are magic.
Nope.
Do I notice any sort of lingering magic in the alleyway?
Nope.
So these look like they were just basically exploded by sheer brute force. No magic was used.
Make a Actually, wouldn't see the aura from it any longer, but you know what? Make a medicine check. I'm going to give you this one because if you're looking through the magnifying glass, okay.
15.
Yeah, like the fingernail in Amnestria's hair, the edges of the flesh where the things were exploded look necrotized and rotten.
Okay, so an explosive amount of necrotic magic probably caused this damage. And have I ever seen Amnestria do anything that makes me think she's capable of that degree of explosive damage?
Well,
I mean, I've seen
no.
her necrotic touch thing, but...
Correct. But you've never seen her blow someone up from it.
All right.
Let alone what could have very well been 4 or 5 people.
Yes. All at once, by herself, naked.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. With that information, I'm gonna leave.
Cool. Oh, you're not going to wait for the... Okay. Have a lovely day.
Not even talking. Just
Yep.
boom, leaving some bloody footprints behind me as I leave the crime scene.
Let me read a quick message from Red that chat can see. I mean, that's up to her.
I don't know what the question is.
No,
so
that's a question from Mikmick. That's the answer to Mikmick's question.
Yeah.
Yep. First part is, yeah, that's up to her. Second part is, if that's the case, then that's the case. There you go. I'm going to make that even more ridiculously vague.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. And yeah, I'm making my way. I say...
Sorry, I had to say it.
I kind of like looked at the magnifying glass and think for a second, say, "Elementary, my dear Arthur."
Turns back into a hat.
Puts it back on her head.
Okay.
Walks back to the house.
Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say that by the time you make it back to the house, Amnestria, Mikmick, Louisa, Cabe, you guys are like 3 flapjacks in. This stuff is...
They're all gone.
Sorry, nothing left for you, Monat.
Moina probably grabs something on the way back because she knows she's going to miss breakfast.
Okay.
She grabs a fish on the way back.
Would you like a meat pie? No. Fish, yes. Grab a fish. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Fresh fish.
She grabs a fish, and
Fish.
she grabs a fish and does her classic walking through the streets eating a raw fish like it's a piece of fruit on her way back to the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so back to the house you go, and the door is, of course, the gate is unlocks at your approach, and the door is opened, and in you get. Cabe opens the door for you, and hey, welcome back. Oh,
I make sure that my feet. I also make sure that I wipe my feet in the grass and get any blood off of them before.
of course.
Before I go up to the door, so that it's not obvious that I've been somewhere covered in blood.
Totally understandable. All right, so back you get, and Cave's like, "Where were you?"
Oh, I just needed a breath of fresh air. And no offense to Arthur's flapjacks, but I needed a little more protein this morning.
Oh, okay. Well, come on in, because food's getting cold, and I thought this was going to be like a group decision and stuff. And Handrick is like, he's doing all kinds of funny stuff with his. He's flipping the flapjacks by himself. It's neat. I didn't want you to miss it.
Well, I'm here now. I'm sorry if I upset you by being gone.
Oh, you didn't upset me. I was just okay. Maybe just a little bit. So anyway, yeah, come on in, and shut the door. Alanic sees you enter, Arthur also at the end of the table. Alanic has a mouthful of flapjack. Please come. Excuse me. Please come in. Have a flapjack. Delicious. Hello.
Moynot will sit. She will take a. Oh, wait, we're probably on the map again, aren't we?
Oh, yes, you are. Yeah.
Back on the map I go. In the house. Pew, pew, pew. All right. Yep. I will go to my usual seat in the middle back here, and I'll pull over a flapjack, and I will very quickly cast a message to Amnestria that just says, I have information. I don't think it was you. We'll talk later.
Okay. Alanic says, so, now that everyone's here, and hopefully you'll have the chance to sit and give yourself a meal, I guess the topic is, what have you decided? Your silence worries me, a bit.
I just sort of look to the others.
I look to Mikmick.
As I said yesterday, I personally do want to go to Lombardia first. And I think the ladies are of the same mind as I am. So, a quick question before we go. You mentioned the other day that your hypnosis could bring back old memories. I was wondering if you could possibly do that to me, so we're not walking in blind.
Certainly. I could do that. And he sort of gestures to the table. I could do that publicly or privately.
Yeah, and Mikmick will look around, bite his lip slightly, and then he'll say, "Oh, I kind of feel like I want to do it publicly, so everyone knows what's on the table when we go there. I don't like to put things under the table. I like to have things as open as possible."
Yes, I see. Well, I suppose if that is your wish, I suppose I could, yes.
It is, yes.
Very well. Well, are you sitting comfortably?
Well, as comfortably as I can sit in a chair made for a person twice my size. Hey, Cape?
Cave says, I'm perfectly fine. I don't know about you. Maybe I've eaten too many flapjacks. Sorry, just trying to lighten the mood. You guys are always so dour. Yeah, go for it. They sort of look at the ground a little bit. Alanic says, very well then, I suppose now's as good time as any. And like with you, and like with Radaga, who I actually need to bring onto the scene. Apologies. Where is she? Where'd she disappear to? Oh my god.
Where'd you stash her? Did you delete her?
Did I delete her? I might have deleted her. It's okay. I can bring her back.
She's just taking a bath.
Yes, exactly. Upstairs.
Oh no.
Wondering why the tub is.
What? Why is this? Why is there a bloody shit in this tub? No, she.
King, it's the only way to get the stain.
That time of the month.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, here's Radaga. She's there too. There. Yeah, she says. I mean, it was successful with me. Alanic says, yes, it was. Not so much with others. He sort of eyes over at Moynot. But to each their own. He withdraws from his vest pocket a small pendant in the shape of a raven, and it's on the end of a chain. And he says, "Now I want you to be as relaxed as you can be, and focus on this pendant." And he begins to sort of wave it back and forth. And it sort of begins slowly going left and right. Left, right. Your eye moves back and forth. And you feel, at first, very strange, Mikmick. It's like nothing you've felt, ever. Your fingertips go a little sort of pins and needles. Your eyes get very, very heavy. And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw. For Moynat it was Constitution, but for you it's wisdom.
Okay.
And you can remember, you can always choose to
You
fail.
can
A thing I
choose to fail.
forgot when I did this before.
That is true. Do you
I'm
choose
going
to
to
fail?
roll for it,
Okay.
but because part of Mikmick still does want to hide it,
Okay.
even though he said he's not going to. So I'm just
Subconsciously,
going
I
to say
see.
that. So I'm going to say that anything over, say, a 15, he'll resist.
All right.
No.
13 is not high enough.
Nope.
And so your eyes slowly close. And your eyes sort of shift left and right like a REM sleep, and the rest of you watch this occur. And as Alanik pulses the medallion back and forth, he says, "You are now completely asleep and completely relaxed. You are in a very safe space with nothing around you except your memories. Can you hear me, Mikmick?"
Yes, I can.
I'm going to ask you some questions, and I would like you to respond. Where are you?
Out of game, is this like
This is
actually where he is, or
this is
where
where
he is in his
you
mind?
this is where you are in your mind. So this could be any point at any point that you choose in a place that you want to be, past or present. And if it's based on what you've messaged me, I think I know where that may be.
I'm in Lamordia.
You're in Lamordia. A very cold land, is it not, Mikmick?
Where I am, it's not cold. Quite warm.
You're in a warm place, in a cold land. How fortuitous. Are you inside?
I am
Are you alone?
below the snow. Currently, yes.
Are you
safe?
I feel like I am, but there's that niggling feeling that there's a guillotine right above my neck.
Is that from the person or persons that are not in the room currently? But you know
Yes.
that they are nearby.
Yes, they are watching me.
What is in the room with you, Mikmick?
Bodies.
Where are these bodies, Mikmick? Are they on the floor?
They are on tables.
How many bodies are there, Mikmick?
Dozen. Maybe more. Maybe less.
And what are you meant to do with these bodies, Mikmick? Why are you there?
I am there to make sure that they stay alive by any means necessary.
So, are these people? Are they alive? Are they asleep? What is the condition of these bodies? You said bodies, not people.
They are different species. Humans, cow people, dragon people. They are in a lot of pain.
Are they in pain because of you, Mikmick?
Yes.
What have you done to them, Mikmick? Arthur raises his hand, and Alanix... What have you done, Mikmick?
I have brought them back from the brink of death, but kept them there on that brink for many a days.
This is your job?
Yes, this is what was asked of me.
Who asked you to do this, Mikmick? Who is the person that you are so afraid of?
Out of game, I'm just thinking of two names.
Yes,
don't
I know
which
you
one
are.
would-
And I think that it's important that you say neither of them. That it
Something
becomes
is-
difficult at this point. Something is blocking this.
Something I can't remember.
You must
It's-
try, Mikmick. You must fight. You must fight the internal resistances that you have built up. You must remember, it is what is holding you back. Damn it, man!
Not that simple. It's like every time my name comes to mind, it just fizzles before I can finish the thought.
Alanik lets out a sigh of just frustration. He says, I don't intend to hurt your psyche any further. We've gleaned all we can for now. I'm going to bring you back now. I want you to listen to my voice, Mikmick. Listen to my voice. And hear your breath. In and out. You're going away from that land now. You're coming back to us. Slowly coming back. You're no longer sleepy. You can feel your extremities again. And on the count of 3, I'm going to snap my fingers. And you will be with us again. 1, 2, 3.
And he snaps his fingers, and Mikmick, your eyes flutter open.
And Mikmick will look around to the rest of the party and see that Dale faces and just hang his head.
Well, I hope that was as instrumental to your decision as I hope it would be.
We'll have to see.
So, I suppose you've made it already then. Lamordia.
Yes,
I see.
I need to find out more.
And the rest of you have joined with Mikmick in his decision, yes?
Yes.
Very well. Cabe, since these 4 wish not to further our investigations in Barovia, I wish you to call upon the second cadre.
Okay.
We shall return, Alana. Give little faith. It'll only be a few days.
I know. I'm hopeful. But I must attend to the task at hand, which is of the most importance to the rest of us.
Whatever it is you must do.
Supposedly you have missed talismans that you've been given that will allow you to enter into Lamordia, yes?
Yes, we do.
Well, make good use of them. I suppose I have nothing left to say. Well, I hope you have had a wonderful breakfast. I shall hopefully await your return.
And wordlessly and with an intense sense of disappointment, Alanic wheels himself out of the dining room.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I think I had accidentally muted myself.
That's okay.
Nope.
As Alanic is wheeling himself out, then Louisa will say to his retreating back, if the world really is ending, then we've decided that Mikmick deserves a chance to find himself before the end.
Just nods. And continues to wheel himself down the hallway.
Nothing.
Cave says, "Well, I guess you're not going to need me for this one. So, okay. Best of luck to you. And Mikmick, I hope you find what you're looking for."
So do I, Cabe. So do I.
Arthur says, "Is there anything we can grant you before you leave?"
Warm clothes.
You both said that at the exact same time. I'm quite impressed. Yes, we have some warm clothes where you're going, Lamordia. You'll need it. Have some sealskin gloves, boots, and fur cloaks.
Thank you. You've always been the utmost picture of hospitality, and we do appreciate
Oh,
you.
you make an old man blush. Please.
So, after a certain time, your goods, your general goods, your cold weather clothing is given to you. And you are free to leave the house and head towards the edge of Dementlio, if you so desire.
And just before they leave the house, and Mikmick will just get Amnestria's attention for a moment.
Yes.
Excuse me, Amnestria. I know
Yes.
there was a part of you that wished that you would have Handrick as a companion. I was working a little bit of last night, and I made this, and basically just picking up over his shoulder is Clink's head, and he pretty much uses his artificial hand to place it on Amnestria's shoulder, and Clink pretty much just climbs up Amnestria's shoulder and wraps himself around her neck with the head just sitting down on her shoulder. Basically, like, well, as pseudo dragons do, they're basically cats. So they just hang on you, and any affection you can give them, they like, essentially.
That's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
This campaign needed more cuteness, honestly.
It needed a little
Well,
Just a smidge.
Amnestria's gonna look a little confused at first. I mean, I don't think she's ever seen anything quite like this.
Probably not in Mordant.
No.
Nope.
She's just gonna sort of just kind of like rub the top of its head with her hands.
It sort of makes almost a mechanical whirring noise. That sounds like purring.
She'd smile a little bit. Thank you, Mikmick. This means a lot to me, actually.
It may help your mind a little bit, at least after that night you had last night.
I just wish I could remember what happened last night. So
Well,
I could know
mean,
that.
we have Atlantic.
What do you mean we have Lanik?
Everybody gets hypnotized. It's part of the group deal.
2 for
If you
1
really
special,
want to know.
baby.
If you really wanted to know.
And even in other worlds, they call it therapy.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Are you suggesting that I have Lanik hypnotize me?
Only if you want to.
If you want to really know what happened last night, it could reveal something.
Well, I do have a theory based on what I saw this afternoon, or this morning. There were...
What?
Well, first there's this, and I'll hand her the newspaper. But before you read it, I need you to know that I don't think it's possible it was you.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, the damage that was done seems far beyond any capability I've ever seen you express. And, well, it seems that events of this nature are fairly common here in Dementlio, that there are inquisitors from the church who investigate them. I managed to leave before any of them showed up, thank
Good
God.
move. Good move.
But, well, you hunt things. It's possible that you were hunting it. Whatever did this. But I don't think it was you.
Point of
I-
clarification, why not? The boy on the
Mhm.
street didn't say that these kinds of things.
Well, he said that people disappeared all the time. But
People do disappear, yeah.
the fact that there are church inquisitors showing up kind of led me to believe
Okay,
that,
fair. I just didn't want
like,
to.
if they've got like a church squad at the ready to come and check this shit out,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like it's not the first time it's happened.
Possible.
Well, also, I'm playing a character. I don't have to be right.
That's true.
It's cool if I'm
like
wrong.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
I was like, I could be so completely wrong, and Amnestria is possessed by a demon, and she did all of it, but I'm just saying what Moynat thinks based on her experience.
No, Amnestria is her sister. That's why she wants to kill him.
What?
Bloodhunter line are you again?
What?
Is
No,
it
sorry. I'm Order of the Ghost Slayer.
Ghost Slayer. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, wouldn't it be so weird if I was
Moynat's
Order of the
the-
Lycan or something?
Right. Yeah.
And
There is
Moynat's
one.
the part of the spirits, so ghosts,
Yes.
spirits, and a sage.
I'm looking at Mikmick right now. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Red and I'm just thinking like aliens, man. It was aliens. Like that thing was like
I think the bigger problem is going to be if they have investigators. I came back to the manor covered in blood.
Yes, but it seemed most traces of that were gone by the time I left.
I hope you're right. We're going to have a lot of questions to answer to Alanik when we come back.
I'm assuming you're doing this as a walk and talk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
imagine. I think we're doing that. I don't think we're doing that in front of.
At
Yeah,
that point, Louisa goes, "Oh shit, we left the sheets in the bath." I hope someone finds that before.
Well,
Jump cut to Cabe. Opens the door. Looks at the sheets. Closes the door.
I imagine we grabbed all our stuff and everything out of the house.
I mean, I would have gone to the bathroom to retrieve my things, so we can assume I saw them and
I
got
am
rid of them.
making a massive hand wave.
I'm imagining
Massive.
like why not like trying to flush the toilet.
Why won't these sheets go down, plunger?
No, I actually imagine she did something more like threw them out the window and then collected them when we left that day.
Throws out the window. Cave's like, what a beautiful.
It's all just Cabe. It's poor Cabe.
Did
We should have
anyone
told
have
him. We should have told him to come with us. He seems like he needs friends.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Vegetation.
I don't have magic, so no.
Do not
That's-
have prestidigitation.
That would have been so helpful. Oh well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, in many ways.
more magic than me, so I can't complain.
True, true. At least for now. All right.
I
So
think Moynat would probably be the one with the most magic.
I think so. Yeah.
distinctly
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. Because I'm
Um,
bard.
So let's move the scene towards the edge of the domain where the mists reside. All right. So let's see here.
And I'm the one who still has the charm to get us back to Dentlier, yeah?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, I
Yes.
thought so.
I think you said you had braided it into your hair at one point.
Ah, yes, I
Yeah.
think that sounds like something I would do.
All
So that I
right.
couldn't lose it.
Just remember
Like,
not to
Hide
cut
them
that
all
piece
with
of
your
Yeah.
hair.
As you approach the mists, they almost sort of undulate at your approach. You are on the borders of the city itself, so you are ready to enter, if you so desire.
Just know that whatever it is you find, Tiny One, I've probably done worse. And then I step into the mist.
Okay. Amnestria, Mikmick, Louisa.
Well, who's holding the mist open is the question.
At this point in time, Moynat is inside the mist, and there is a
With
certain
her.
period of time that you can go in. I mean, each of you have, if you remember, each of you have a mist talisman. So,
I thought only one person had it.
no? One of you have the way back.
Yep.
Yeah.
There were 4. Oh, yeah, I had 4.
Yeah.
I would say that I would have
Yeah.
handed them. I didn't.
Yeah, that's
I
what
didn't
I was gonna
say.
specifically say it out loud.
Yes.
I was keeping them to make sure Mikmick didn't run off on his own, but now that we're all here as a group, everyone gets one.
Okay.
Excellent.
You get a charm, and you get a charm.
Exactly, it's one of these. I'm assuming also, by the way, that you guys have put on your cold weather gear in preparation for going to this
Yes.
desolate and frigid land.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay.
Mikmick's plate armor is insulated.
Fantastic.
Also, Louisa did a little quick hack sewing job and has sewn a little divot into her sleeve where she's stuffed the wand of magic missiles.
Yes.
So it's always hidden in her sleeve and is just up against her forearm.
Fantastic.
That's
Fantastic.
Nice.
A
Little
good old
quick release
magician's
action.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Just ask Mikmick for a spring so you can go.
One day she's just gonna whip it out and like stab somebody in the eye with it. Like,
Wow.
Magic missile to the brain.
And then that's him just to come
I mean,
out.
I think she still has Amnestria's dagger too. Now that I think
she does.
about it.
Yep, she does.
Man, that escalated
I've
quickly.
tried to give it back like 3 times, and every time you've been like, no, you keep it for now. So I'm like, okay. So at this point, Louise is just like, she'll ask for it when she wants it back.
Okay.
So,
She's got a crossbow, so that's all she
So
needs.
who goes in after Moynat?
I think Mikmick will go in.
Super. Who's after Mikmick?
Seeing as if Mikmick's right, they'll probably be entering on a ship, which will probably be quite inviting for Moynat. And
Doesn't. Fair.
but yeah, Mikmick will follow Moynat in.
Okay.
After taking a few deep breaths to build up his confidence, he'll walk in.
Love it. Who's after Mikmick? Nobody.
No one. Amnestria and Louisa go to
Peace spread to Barovia. Let's go.
Splitting the party. The plan worked.
I knew it.
together.
All right. Like last time.
Before she goes, Louise is just gonna look over her shoulder back at the city and just kind of, and then step into the mist
Okay.
with Amnestria.
Yeah, I'll be back.
The mists close behind you as you step into the mists. And I would like you all, as per
It's
what we
complication
always
time.
do, to roll a d20.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
17.
10.
4.
A
Oh, nice.
natural 20 for Megan.
Is that good or bad? We'll find
No.
out.
Let's go from the top down. Megan, you with a natural 20. You step into the mist with Amnestria. Amnestria, you feel Megan's hand as the two of you step in together. It is at that point, Megan, or I should say Louisa, that you begin to feel a heaviness in your chest. You sort of step forward into the mist. You can't see Amnestria anymore, but you can feel her hand. And Amnestria, you feel oh my god, I keep saying Megan. Louisa's hand tighten around yours. Like she's in intense pain. Because Louisa, as you step into the mist, you feel like your lungs are filling with mist. And it flows through your veins like a cold shock to your system. And it feels like you're being weighed down and weakening you. Like the pain that you experienced, all of the debilitating effects that you've worked so hard over the last 3 days are coming back in just a smatter of time. And you feel like you're just so weighed down that it is a titanic effort to move your limbs. And Amnestria, at a certain point in time, you are being pulled down by Louisa because although you cannot see her any longer, she cannot move. She is just on the ground, panting for air. Amnestria, you are at 17, and you sort of turn in the direction of Louisa, thinking, if I have to pull this girl through the mist, I'm going to do it. And you reach down, and you hear something behind you. Something enormous, slithering and moving with an unearthly grace, just feet behind you. And it makes a sort of gurgling, hissing sound, like nothing you have ever encountered before. And your heart begins to pound as this thing unfurls its enormous girth just over your shoulder. You feel that if you turned around, it would just gobble you right up. And you can hear it making these horrendous sounds as it sort of almost just examines you. You can smell its breath, just pulsating over you. And that's when this reserve of strength comes through your body like a lightning bolt, and you grab for the form of Louisa and yank her through the mists, and both of you tumble into the other side. Muadnhait, you've actually gone before them, but yet you come next. As you walk through the mist begins to almost solidify into like a grayish sludge, which you feel like you're moving through jello, but it's not like mist any longer. It's like a thick, noxious, almost semi-solid miasma that begins to burn your eyes as you feel like this is not normal. This is not even liquid. You enjoy the beauty of your maritime domain, but this is not. This is like you're swimming through sludge, through slime, through burning offal that is just infecting your very presence. And just as your pain reaches its height, you are able to break through this sludge and join your compatriots on the other side. And finally, Mikmick. You stumble through the mists alone. And you hear voices. You hear the strangest sounds. You hear almost like chanting. And you can't really be sure what it is because it's muffled. And as you walk toward it, you hear like the sound is being literally muffled by the material of the mists, and it's echoing all around you. and you hear the sound, the rasp of steel. You turn quickly, as if something's behind you. You can't see it, but you know that someone has drawn a blade. And again, this chanting, it becomes clearer. For Muadnhait, for Muadnhait, and shing, shing, more blades. You hear the rasp of steel come out. You are surrounded. You're not quite sure by who, but all of these figures seem to have drawn steel on you. And that's when you feel it. In your shoulder. A stiletto-like blade has gone in, causing you to just gasp in pain. You turn, there's nothing there. You turn, there's another blade that enters your shoulder. It pulls out just as quickly as it comes in. Again, the chanting, for Muadnhait, for Muadnhait, for Muadnhait, for Muadnhait, for Muadnhait, for Muadnhait. All these blades come rasping in and out of you, and you run screaming out of the mists and into a desolate and barren tundra where the winds blow cold as ice. And in front of all four of you, you see a frozen tower standing on the precipice of a enormous jutting promontory. Mikmick, you quickly turn towards your compatriots, checking your body for wounds that still echo through your ears with their rasp. But the pain is gone. At least physically. I'll tell you the effects of these misty visions. For you, Mikmick, you have disadvantage on saving throws against being frightened. For Louisa, you have disadvantage on Constitution saving throws, period.
Okay.
For Amnestria, your memories of this vision give you disadvantage on survival checks made to navigate or discern your location. And for Muadnhait, you have disadvantage on saving throws against poison.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. You do not want a nat 20 going through the mists. it's
So
real bad.
we're in Lamordia.
And these are for the next 24 hours.
24 hours. Okay.
I will now bring you away from the map of Debentliu and to the map
Bye.
of Lamordia, where you currently are. Boop. Welcome to Lamordia, folks.
Dude, that whale's eating a mermaid.
Oh, in the top left-hand corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Woe to you, oh mermaid. Where you are in Lamordia, you're not quite sure. I'll be perfectly frank.
Great.
Although, based on your knowledge of the map that you saw in the library, as well as this enormous edifice in front of you, standing atop an enormous frozen precipice, you can only assume, and the frozen lake that stands between you and it, you can only assume that you are here. on the map.
On the one with the tower or the one across from the tower?
On the one... the one that has been circled.
Okay, got it.
I'll give you a little bit more tundra-y noise rather than just the misty noise here. Let's give you like a little bit of a... The snow is coming down. The wind is blowing. And it seems to have the storm that you're in, this ice storm, seems to have an effect that it's actually causing lightning to sort of crackle across the sky. So here you are in Lamortia, folks.
Do you recognize that tower?
Should I make a roll for that?
Make a history check with advantage. Oh, and we just had another redemption. Thank you so much, Miss Deadeye, for Tempt the Fates, for Mikmick. This is perfect timing, because Mikmick is doing his history check.
14.
14, yeah, you recognize it. This is Schloss Auerbrecher. The home of Baron von Auerbrecher.
And Mikmick will just say, wow, this is the home of the Baron.
Yeah,
The same Baron that's in my letter.
At least he'll be easy to find.
That's if he's here, of course.
Louisa has untied the ear flaps and has tied it up under her chin and is just bundled up in her coat.
I don't blame you. Are you ready to draw your common Tarukadik, Mikmick?
Yep.
Here we go. I'm going to deal you a card.
Let's go.
Boom!
Did
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry. I have to choose you. Like, deal a card, and it says you got to deal to a player, dumbass. Here we go. Deal. There's your deal. Bring it onto the board, and let's see what you got.
Ooh, interesting.
Just sort of drag it. Oh, look at that. What is that? That is the priest. Let me see if I can blow it up for the
I
folks at
think
home.
we've had this one before. That sounds
No,
like
not
fun.
priest.
Here's the priest.
Nope. Haven't had the priest before.
Okay. Let's see what the priest brings you.
Thought we had.
I don't believe you've had the priest. Let me check my notes here.
Maybe he made the hover text sounded familiar. Maybe it was just someone similar.
What is the hover text actually? Do you guys want to just read
Hover
it out
text
loud?
is enlightenment. Those who follow a deity, a system of values, or a higher purpose.
Oh, how hilarious. Here we go. Mikmick, as you look towards Schloss Auerbrecher, you feel a sort of tingling in your limbs. Like, almost as if it's welcoming you home. You know somehow that you just from being in Lamortia again, you now have an additional power if you so desire it.
Ooh.
Whether it's from your past or whether it's from whatever you were made from, you now have the ability, if you decide to take upon this Tempt the Fates, to radiate positive energy, gaining the Channel Divinity class feature as per the Cleric feature. Except, you can only choose to turn undead with it.
I think I'll probably
Would
will
he
take it.
turn
Mikmick knowing
himself?
what this place is like. I mean, it's not like they're in Falcovnia where this would probably be very useful.
Okay.
In the Mordia, not as useful, but I think he'll still probably take that card then.
Okay. So you are choosing to take it, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you choose to take this card, and almost immediately, you know that that has come with a cost. This is one of the Tempt the Fates cards that has an immediate cost upon choosing it. You now know that for the next 24 hours, undead within 1,000 feet of you can sense your location as if under the effect of a locate creature spell.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
That's going to be fun.
So I'm now going to...
Well, then again, it's fortunate that we're not in Valconia.
Sure thing. I'm going to go ahead and burn this card now that it has been taken and used. Then,
Oh, it doesn't come back with a negative connotation later because
Like
it
I
costs now.
well, that is correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, all right then.
So, Channel Divinity turn undead. I can do now.
Correct.
And is that for 24 hours or
24 hours.
I actually, looking at my character sheet, I remember that ages ago I got the card that gave me the fairy fire spell, that it would cost me damage. Was that a thing that only lasted for 24 hours?
24 hours, yeah. All of these
was,
cards are
okay.
for 24 hours. Unless
so that's-
unless they're the high Taroka decks, which are super permanent bads, or super permanent goods, you know.
Alright, so I need to take that off my character sheet.
Alright, so that card has been removed from the deck.
You're muted, Maeve.
Well, I'm just looking now. We've had 4 removed cards in the Taroka deck. The common Taroka deck. You guys have chosen them interestingly. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's where you are. And that's what you got.
Sorry, go ahead, Maeve.
I was
Oh,
just
I
going to
was-
say I just put that in my character sheet.
Okay. Maeve?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's rather chilly here. So Amnestria is going to take her winter form. And it looks a little different than before because her outfit has changed.
I just worked on that.
No. So I should specify. All the wonderful details that you did are still there. But the colors have shifted and changed. So like her hair is now like dark brown and her skin is much more pale. Her eyes are just very dark. Her cloak is now like a really light baby blue. Most of her armor is white. The flames that you had so beautifully done are now blue as well.
Hot
And
as flame.
yeah,
And as you do so, you feel a sort of a tingling sensation, as Chat has also been so kind as to give you a common Taroka.
No, it's more not.
Oh, it's more not. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was
the M's.
sticking with the
yeah, it's more not.
M's. I was like, I feel like it was Amnestria, and in my mind, because everybody's Amnestria. So sorry.
Between
Yep.
Maeve,
Everyone's
Megan, Matt,
Amnestria.
Mikmick, and Moynat, like there's a lot of
That-
M's.
That's why I thought the letter was for me at first and was very confused.
I am going to take that card back and steal it. Please allow me to steal it, Maeve.
okay, I'll let it go.
Thank you, and then I will shuffle again.
Well, I mean, we have Moynat, Mikmick, Maeve, and Megan.
Too many M names and Matt. Okay, there you go.
And Matt,
There's your card, Sarah.
that's me. All
There
right.
you go.
Oh, who's this?
This
Soldier.
is I'm trying to make it. Let me make it bigger. Why can't I make it bigger? It's not letting me.
There you
There
go.
we go.
You're welcome.
The
I think we may have had the soldier
soldier. We have not had this one before.
I like her scar.
Or did we have the paladin?
Yes.
War and
Yeah.
sacrifice the stamina to endure great hardship.
Cool. All right, let's figure out what she does. Here we go. The soldier. All right. Emboldened by your friend's bravery, as well as fortitude, you feel that although this place is desolate and cold, that you feel like your limbs are filled with vitality and strength, and that if you can if you can move through this, you can move through anything. You can get to where you need to be to help out your friend, because you could truly now call him your friend, then you will have truly proven yourself worthy of the strength that you feel inside. And so, if you choose to accept this, you will gain advantage on all athletics and survival checks for the next 24 hours.
Oh, hell yes, I will take that.
Okay.
Better you got that than me, because it would have just canceled out my
Yes, exactly, right?
disadvantage for survival.
All right, we are taking the soldier. The soldier is now flipped, and when it is chosen next, it will be cursed.
Bet we know what that means.
I feel like there's a joke in the I've Got a Soul, but I'm Not a Soldier song, but it's in reverse from We're Not. I don't know.
Hey, I have a soul. It's just...
It's someone that you stole from a sailor? I don't know.
In a bottle.
As Moynat is feeling bolstered by this renewed vigor, and they are staring at this tower that contains what we're all fairly certain is a pretty evil man, she's going to start singing a little song to herself, and I'm going to use... I was hoping for a high one. Like, what are my new ones, man? And we get the Tale of the Avenger. So when I choose to bestow this for 1 minute, any creature that hits the target with a melee attack takes force damage equal to a roll of my Bardic Inspiration die, which is now a d8.
Nice.
Nice.
So, cool.
All right.
That's one inspo down for today. Alright, fine.
One could have some poetic qualities to it.
I'll definitely use that. If we get into a fight at some point today, it'll get used.
Yep.
I was mistaken, by the way, when I called this a frozen lake, because it is not. It's more of a fjord in the sort of Nordic sense, because almost all of the water here that you see is a frozen fjord.
Oh.
Right? So we're talking like, the Snow Queen / Frozen, like when Arendelle gets... Arendelle's in lots and lots of... whatever the fucking snow...
Deep, deep, deep.
Thank you. Sorry. It's not like I didn't hear Frozen, like, non-stop for 2 years straight.
Hey.
Yeah, sorry.
Slarty Bart Fast worked really hard on those fjords.
Damn
He
straight.
won an award.
Did.
Right.
He's really proud of them, too. They're his
He won an
favorite.
award.
Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, this is essentially either a river or a lake that has just been permafrozen due to the inclement weather, shall we say.
No.
What do you want to do?
Well, should we knock or just go in?
Mikmick probably just gone up to knock.
Okay, so you cross over the fjord. A little slippery, but you make it to the entrance of the Schloss, this sort of castle-like building, which has just rime all over it. Icicles, frozen, just like everything is just ice and frost and detritus. And the castle's not in great shape. And certainly the frozen weather seems to be quite prevalent. Doesn't seem to be helping things. You walk up to the front entrance to the Schloss, which is a set of double doors made out of sturdy oak. And they have two sort of round iron knockers upon them. And you look, and the emblem of the knocker is V. Just V. Actually, sorry, VA. So, like, you know how, like, the V, it turns into V, and then the A comes out of it. So, VA.
Should I roll a history to see if I can remember what that logo stands for?
Sure, be my guest.
There you go. I drew it for you.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. It's von Auerbrecher.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mikmick again is quite obviously a little bit on edge, but trying to put on that brave face, and reaches up and uses the knocker to knock on the door.
Echoing throughout the internal space of this building, you just hear it resonate throughout. And as you do so, little chips of ice sort of fall down from the door.
Helmet goes up just as it kind of like the
Yep. Oh shit!
door safety
Right? No, I'm an icicle. My mom, icicle fell in my eye. And okay, no. And then you hear the sound of some piece of metal sort of squealing back, and a clunk. And this massive door opens about 3 or 4 inches. And there is a pale white hand that pushes it open. And you see, as the door opens further, that this pale white hand has stitches on the wrist. And as the door opens further, you see, standing before you, what resembles a woman with pale blonde hair, dressed in a sort of ill-fitting maid's outfit, stained with a variety of strange brownish red liquids. And as you sort of trace up, you realize that this woman is about 6.5 feet tall, looking down upon even the tallest of you, with mismatched eyes, one brown, one blue. Her face is crisscrossed with scars, and these scars are not unintentionally made. They seem to have been stitched back together. And her head looks down at you, Mikmick. And she smiles. And as she smiles, she shows a set of brown, rotted teeth. And in a sort of gravelly voice, she says, "Welcome home." What do you do?
Thank you. Is it alright if my companions join us inside?
Her eyes flit to Muadnhait, Amnestria, and Louisa, standing there, shivering even through the furs. And she says, "Yes, you are expected."
Are you to take us to the Baron?
He is not often requested to be seen. But you are an exception.
Oh, that's a good thing then, I think.
Please, enter.
And she pushes this enormous oaken door with one hand, and it levers open, allowing you to see inside. There's a cavernous hallway with candles and candelabra placed everywhere, and a just enormous rug that comes from the front entrance all the way to a circular stairwell that arches up to what most likely is the second or third floor of the building.
And Mikmick will just gesture to like, ladies first.
Amnestria wastes no time. Just already in.
As you step inside, this woman who has offered you entrance, she says, "Stamp your feet, please."
Alright. Stamp my feet out, like kick the side of the door a little bit, make sure to get the snow
You
off.
kick the door. She says, "Do not kick the door. Stamp."
Oh, sorry. The stamped. Can I go now?
She looks from you to the next person coming through the door.
I stamp my feet.
Okay.
Moynut just walks in because her feet are just there.
Yeah.
She shakes the snow out of her hair, though.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You have no shoes at all and you're walking through ice and snow, huh?
For now, we'll see if she decides she needs shoes at some point, but she really hates shoes.
Yeah. Say that didn't do well for you. I mean, ice? Ouch.
We weren't out there that long.
That's true. I'd say like 10, 15 minutes in like negative 10-degree weather. Sure, why
She
not?
still has 8 of her toes. I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm technically Fae. Maybe we don't feel cold the same way.
I see no resistances to cold on your character sheet.
That's fine. That's fine. We've sort of written a canonical cold doesn't bother her. Not for like
As much.
magic effects and stuff. But
Yeah. Okay.
As much, because, I mean, deep in the ocean, which is where
it's pretty damn
her,
cold.
her-
It's
her
cold
quote
down
unquote
there,
home
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not like freezing cold, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, her feet probably don't feel great right now.
Yeah.
But
Well, you'll feel a lot better
They're-
going inside, I'm sure.
they're intact.
Yeah, exactly.
She might suck it up and like try to get some really squishy, loose moccasins that feel like being barefoot but keep her feet warm.
Love it. I'll get to the moccasin salesman in the next episode.
Also, I'll have Louisa stow some for me. It'll be fine.
Sew me moccasins, woman! Let's go!
I'd like to actually check on Clink if possible.
Clink is still on
Yeah.
your shoulder. Clink has like snow covered all over it.
Just like brush the snow off.
Probably shake
He's
it off. Yeah.
metal and a reptile. Poor thing.
It's made of metal. It doesn't give a fuck. It's not liking this place though. It's sort of like its head is sort of swiveling around to these enormous cavern-like interiors of this building. It sort of looks at you, looks at the rest of you.
Yeah, and just quick FYI, technically, Clink is not immune to necrotic damage.
Oh, then he's dead.
Technically,
Good job.
yeah.
You just watch as Clink just falls apart.
He's on her clothes.
He literally like wrapped himself around her neck. Just in the previous episode, it's like, I love you.
Her hair is blocking it. It's cool.
I mean,
No, I was gonna say, just should we just hand wave that because he's a construct essentially?
to be fair, the ability only works if I touch skin or flesh of some kind. It's a mechanical
There
being.
you go.
The exact wording of it is as such. I will find it.
Well, Louisa might have some new handprints on her
Mm.
when Amnestria yanks me out.
I think Amnestria
hope
was
not.
wearing gloves. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
Amnestria
she wears
usually
gloves.
she's like Rogue, right? She wears gloves all the
Yes.
time unless she doesn't need to. Unless she's like, the gloves are coming off, bitch. Yeah, you know.
It does specify any touch my bare skin.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it's mechanical construct. It's
I think
probably
it,
fine.
I'm gonna listen. You just made it. I'm not gonna kill it in the same episode. That's just wrong. Don't do that,
I mean,
DMs.
I'll at least wait 3 episodes for
Yeah,
it
I'll wait for you to
really
love
love
it.
it.
I'll wait for you to
Hard.
really
Yeah,
can't, and then it'll
exactly.
just fall to pieces like Artax in fucking the never-ending story. Sorry,
Well,
Debbie.
it has under 10 hit points, so I think if Amnestria did touch it, it would just crumble.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm gonna murder the thing I like.
No, you won't.
That's what this is.
That's-
I'm sorry. Did you not understand the assignment when you signed up for this with this campaign?
No,
Yeah.
I did. I
Okay.
just, you.
You must kill your darling.
So yeah, I mean,
You're supposed to help people.
I will say that at this point in time, this towering butleress, I don't even know what you want to call her.
Housekeeper?
Sure, I didn't want to just pigeonhole her with housekeeping duties, but that's fine.
Well, technically, if you're going with like the old estate rules, the housekeeper was just the female head of the household staff.
Fair. Okay.
She was the butler's counterpart.
I
She
would-
bossed around the female staff, and he bossed around the male staff.
You don't know how much staff is actually involved here, but yeah, I will say at this point in time, the wind dies down because she shuts the door, and
After Mikmick comes in, of course.
well, you came in first.
No, he came in last.
Oh, you came in last? Yeah. No, she shuts
Yeah,
the door in your face.
He invited the ladies first. Ladies go in first. That's
Of course.
what
Of
gentlemen does, isn't it?
Yes, of course. That's very kind. All right. So, the smell of salt air is still pretty prevalent. I mean, you guys, even in a frozen tundra or frozen fjord, you're still able to smell the sea, as well as the prevalent smell of just moisture, even in this rather dilapidated estate. And this woman lights candles with a flint and tinder, and places them inside a candelabra, because you see that there is no light in this space. None at all, in fact. The only light that's coming in is the ambient light from outside through some windows here, there, and everywhere throughout the Schloss. And she lights the candles and sort of gestures at you, Louisa, and says, "For your sake." And she hands you the candelabra.
Louisa will take the candelabra and simultaneously reach up to the top of her hat and bring her. Thank you.
And then she gestures to this spiral staircase. She says, "The Baron is at the top, if you remember."
Always good exercise in here. And Mikmick will start his way up the staircase.
Okay.
Or probably he'll go up a few stairs and, well, probably like about 10 stairs and just make sure that the ladies are following him.
Yes, following.
I'm following.
I've got the fire. Oh, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Holding it in your hands. Trying to keep warm
Oh,
somewhat.
so you're that angry villager. Okay.
Yes. Yes, he is. You go up the spiral staircase. The wind just sort of buffeting the light and fire from the candles, but not blowing them out. And you ascend up these stone stairs, your boots clacking on them and echoing throughout this tower that you are encircling as you ascend. And you reach a landing where there is a single hallway that spreads out in front of you. The hallway has a long red carpet that seems buffeted and worn, but in relatively good condition still. Again, the light from the candelabra spilling down the corridor. On each side of the corridor, there are multiple doors, all of them stout oaken, with bands of iron across them. Make you realize that these are very heavy doors, which are potentially locked from the other side. But at the far end of this corridor, a single door is outlined in light, a sort of faint greenish light, as the door is ajar, perhaps an inch or so.
Again, Mikmick is controlling his breathing as best he can, trying to not panic, and basically inching towards that fright that he's got disadvantage on, but he's trying to stay strong, especially in front of the ladies. And he'll go up to the door and just say, Baron, are you in there?
You go up to the door. As you do so, some strange sounds and smells assault your senses. You hear whirring and whizzing and the sound of arcs of some kind of power, almost like a thrumming sound. And almost like the hiss of some kind of almost static. Like you and I would recognize it as static, but it sort of comes in pulses, like... And this sort of effervescent green light coming from just beyond the door. And a very strange smell, a smell that you recognize, unfortunately, Mikmick. It is a smell mainly of embalming fluid, but also something else, some strange alchemical mixtures that maybe is triggering something in your memories. And more whirring noises, strange animal noises maybe here and there. And again, that ever-present sort of hum. Hopefully I've replicated it as best I can within what you're hearing right now. And then a voice.
Ah, my boy. Please. You are welcome. Enter of your own free will. And be at peace again.
And Mikmick just grabbed the whole of the door that's ajar and pauses for a moment as he just holds on the door. Possibly he's gripping it a little bit too tightly. Again, still trying to control his breathing. And he opens the door while holding his breath.
We're not Amnestria and Louisa. You are not too far behind Mikmick, so you see what he sees. The room is festooned with devices of every shape, size, and complexity that you have ever been witness to. Mikmick, this makes your little artificer establishment look like a kid's plaything. There are enormous towering pylons that crackle with electricity. There are enormous devices that seem to have needles of some kind, sort of shifting back and forth, spitting out reams and reams of parchment with markers, some kind of markings all over them. There are wires, copper-laced wires, that lead from devices on all sections of the room to a central area of this tower room. And in the center of the room, you see a variety of animals, mice, birds, kept in cages, iron cages, and as you open the door, something in the room shifts, wheels on you, turns, pivots in your direction. And what you see is, goodness, the most odd thing that you could potentially see or hope to see. This figure, I guess for lack of a better term, is pinioned to a single pillar of some kind, a metallic pillar, at least from the torso up, because there is no bottom to this figure. It is simply a torso with skinless arms, with the musculature showing, and gears and metallic devices implanted within its torso at every point in its body. You see wires extending from below this torso into a sort of a mechanism, almost like a pivoting arm of some kind with a crankshaft on the bottom of it. The figure only has one single solitary arm that looks somewhat humanoid. The other ends in a stump with a metallic sort of plug on the end of it with some kind of valve. And as your eyes trace up above the torso, full of gears and wires and hoses, you see that there is no head. At least, not what you would expect to be a head. Instead, you see a vat, a jar, with a hose extending out of the front of it and into the body itself. And inside this jar of fluorescent green fluid, you see a bubbling brain. And that's what you see.
And Mikmick will see that, and then just turn to the ladies. Baron, let me introduce you to these ladies. They are my traveling companions. Muadnhait, Amnestria, Louisa, meet Baron von Erkenbrecher.
You always get my name wrong.
And it sort of pinions out towards you, like towards you, and he says,
Welcome to Schloss Auerbrecher. I am the Baron. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
and that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
That's a mental picture.
Isn't it? Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome to
What a
crazy
picture of
gonzo Frankenstein shit. Yep. There you go. Yes, Miss Deadlight. Horses neighing in the stables. Auerbrecher. Amazing.
Oh, God. Wow.
Like how in some way it's the Muppet domain.
Sure.
It's like anime Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Ain't no strings to hold me down.
Listen, you guys asked for it, and
I love it. I am here
you got
for
it.
I am here for it.
Make
Do
sure
it.
you guys have
Hey.
that handout.
Better than vampires.
You guys,
But I-
you guys now have the handout, right? Under the hardest of
Yeah.
hearts. Cool.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it until now.
That's why you said it was you said mental picture, and I'm like, There's a picture right there. There's a picture.
I didn't. I was looking at your faces instead of at the Roll20 screen since you were just in a big map. Oh my
What do you
god.
think of that,
Yes.
Sarah?
That's crazy.
All right. Well, that's where we're going to stop for tonight. And thank you all for attending the madness. So,
Woo. And mad it was.
indeed. All right, so
So
that's
there's no mage, unfortunately.
no mage.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh yes,
No mage.
no mage because Dungeon of yes, yeah. Okay, so
Dungeon of the Mad Matt.
Dungeon of the Mad Matt. I have been your host, but more importantly, let's talk about these people in a U formation with me as the cherry on this Sunday. Let's start over here with Sarah. Sarah, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on the interwebs at Lovely Llama on Twitter and Instagram, where I actually posted something today on Instagram. I posted a bunch of stuff from work this week just for funsies. And you can find me here on Slices and Dices most Fridays, some Thursdays, sometimes Thursday and Friday, which is why I'm a little bit out of it because I got no sleep last night. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. Thank you, Sarah. Over to you, Mikmick, aka Red Platinum.
Hello. You can find me around the internet. I don't have a Reddit profile. Well, actually, I do have a Reddit profile, but I don't use it, so I don't even remember my username. But you'll probably find me on like GOG, or Origin, or Epic, or at either Elite Ghost Driver or Red Platinum. But you'll most likely be able to talk to me on the Discord.
Which I'm gonna spam right now.
Yep. There you go.
I didn't want to spam because then I'd get spammed by my own Nightbot thing saying you're banned.
Oh.
You're talking too much.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much, Red. And over to Maeve.
Hey, I'm Maeve. I played a whole bunch of games with everyone, and you can find me here at Slices and Dices, along with Mates of Fate. We're not doing a game this Saturday, unfortunately, but you can find me on Twitter at MaveClimber. I do art sometimes. I really need to upload some stuff at some point.
We've got your new laptop now, so you can actually do art.
I actually started doing new portraits for all of us, but I haven't made it very far.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's pretty neat. Cool. Thank you, Maeve. And then finally, to Megan, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Megan Lanapp on Instagram, where I also actually posted something this week. You can follow my travels of the Astoria Pizza Wars with me, and oh yes, it's a whole thing. It's crazy.
Apparently, I saw Chris posted something about it. So
Yeah, Chris, Vanessa, and also my husband. But those on the stream actually know Chris and Vanessa. They joined me as we joined the pizza war of Bellucci Pizza versus Bellucci's. Check out my Instagram stories.
I'm gonna go over and check it out because it sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, if it's not there because I posted it yesterday, I made a highlight reel of it because it was pretty.
nice.
It was pretty fun. There's also links to a couple of articles about it within the stories itself, so you too can choose to join the Pizza Wars if you wish. Come out to Astoria. So, anyway, that's me.
Cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Megan. I've been your host, Matt, and I help to do things. My host. I'm the host. I'm the host around here. You're just a little host. I'm just a little host. You guys, we just want sharks with freaking laser beams. I'm just trying to make things happen with all the cool stuff that people like to do here, which is to play role-playing games. And we have a whole bunch coming up in September. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Besides Ravenloft, and yesterday we did Alien RPG. We've got so much coming at you. We've got. Let's see. I'm just gonna check the schedule because I always like to check our events schedule here. What do we have? We have coming up next week. I will actually be. I'll be guest starring on the final episode of the Tomb of Horrors campaign over on Mates of Fate,
Nice.
which has been super fun. We played as Scooby Scooby-Doo characters
I love
doing
this
Tomb
whole
of Horrors,
concept.
which was great. I loved that.
Except for Fred, unfortunately.
Yeah, Fred died. Fred died before the campaign
Aw.
started.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, fuck him. You know, he was a fucking stupid ascot anyway. Whatever.
Was he a paladin or was he?
I don't know. He's just dead. That's what he is. So yeah, that's on Thursday the 8th. Then the 9th we have the finale. Speaking of finales, we're just like a weekend of finales. We have the finale of the Burn Bright campaign, which has been going for a while.
The real finale, the final finale.
The final finale, and I may in fact have something to give as a present to you all by that time. I hope. We shall see how things go. But yeah, we'll see. And then we'll have the Star Wars RPG on the 15th. Again, Ravenloft on the 16th. Savage Rifts on the 22nd. Maybe? I don't know. I hope. Is it?
We just got a raid.
Oh,
Just at the end of
shit.
this.
Just at the end of this. Why does this always happen? We're streaming, we're doing good, and then we're ending, and then bam, the raid comes in. I guess they're all ending at the same time. Hey, guys, what's happening?
Thanks for coming.
Hey, we'll hang out. You guys want to chat? You know, I'll just what do you guys feel like chatting?
Make
about?
another raid.
You want to chat about Dungeons and Dragons? Let's talk. Let's chat. What's your favorite Dungeons and Dragons campaign? This one, amazing. Thank you so much. You guys are so great. You guys are amazing. So amazed. Thanks, so good. No, in all seriousness, thank you. We say thank you to all raiders who come in and check us out.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out more of Slices and Dices stuff, you can do it here on twitch.tv/Slices and Dices. You can also check us on Instagram. We don't have TikTok because I'm not hip like that, but whatever. We're like at the Twitter/Instagram level. I'm not at the TikTok level. Unless someone really says, no man, you need a TikTok. Instagram, Twitter, and of course on YouTube, where you can catch all of our episodes. Big news actually that came in today. We just made YouTube partner status.
Which means we can make money off videos.
Which means that I guess we'll make 12 cents now. Yeah! Let's go, 12 cents a month. Fuck yeah. And so you can check out our YouTube streams there. Thank you very much, Red, for putting that in the stream. If you like what you see and you want to help support the channel, click on the subscribe button. We appreciate it. Click on the little bell icon to know when our videos are coming your way, and hey, just come in Discord and say hi, because we like it when people say hi.
And if you just rated and want to know what you missed, watch it on VOD.
Fuck yes, amazing, absolutely true. That's it, folks. We hope you have a really great long Labor Day weekend, 3-day weekend, and thank God for it, because it was long in the making.
Union strong, baby.
Do it. Until we see each other again, folks, take my word for it. Take care of each other. Take care of each other. But don't forget to take care of yourselves. We love you. Thank you for watching. Check us out when you wanna, because we got nothing better to do. Thanks for watching. Bye.